back. Part two.
With the Renegade Master.
The Renegade Master. The best of masters.
Indeed, he's the only master that I'm interested in, certainly. For episode 21, part 2.
21B, if you like.
It could be, yeah, it could be. Should have agreed that before we started.
Yeah.
If you've got no idea what's going on, anyone who's in with our stream last week will know that YouTube was having a fit. We do think it was YouTube, we don't think it was us. And so our episode basically got cut in half, which we are sad about. We had a great Zoom call with our patrons afterwards, but we actually want to have our discussion about Quest of the Ringbearer with all you guys. So we've done this, and we're basically coming in for the second part, with the idea being that if anyone watches this on catch-up, or like after the fact, you can watch the two of them back to back. So it's not a brand new episode, it's the second half of the previous episode. Is that right, Steve?
That's correct. This is correct. And can I just say, although that was a nightmare last week, the Zoom call was a ton of fun.
Zoom call was great.
Yeah, a ton of fun.
Zoom call was awesome. Yeah, it was lots of great. It was lots of great.
Lots of great.
But yeah, that was with our lovely patron club, which was wicked. So yeah, it cheered me up, but equally I was a bit sad because I was so excited about Quest of the Ringbearer last week. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. So we're not going to do our normal kind of intro of what this is, because you know what this is, and this is just the second one. But it is the second half of episode 21. We will, however, remind you there's a work in progress thread. It's the same one as last week, and Frederick Schultz was the first person to helpfully thread romancy it and bring it to the top.
I've actually pinned it. I've pinned it, so it's the top. It's an announcement in the Great British Hobbit League, so it is always going to be the top.
You've pinned it. That is reckless abuse of your admin power.
I'm a rebel, man.
Yeah, you are. You're a renegade. I've always said it.
Come at me, I'll say.
Come at me, other admins. You'll have one vote of support in the chat. You think we should unpin this? No. So we're going to continue on that thread. We've not got a new one, so it's still the Ringbearer week. So if you're working on a Ringbearer and you weren't last time, we didn't give away a dice last week. So put your works in there, and put anything else as ever, guys. Anything to do with Quest of the Ringbearer, anything to do with whatever you're eating or drinking, I'll put it in there. Steve Crow.
Yes.
You're in a... I mean, what is that? Have you moved house?
Yeah, so I didn't like my garage.
You're watching back to back. Imagine someone just was asleep and then wake up, the next video starts. How long did I sleep?
So it's the same man cave, except I used to sit down that end. I'm now up the other end where I do all my filming for Top Table, as you might recognise the snide brick effect.
What's Top Table?
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah, you carry on with that. He does one book review.
At 3, really.
Yeah. So
hang on, are you now sitting where you used to go?
Yes. So when I used to say I'll just go and get it,
yeah,
I'm up this end now.
My God.
Yeah, but it looks a bit prettier, right? There's no wheelie bins in the background.
It looks fantastic, mate. Yeah. It looks fantastic.
So yeah.
Has it had any impact on your ability to paint while you do live streams?
It's probably worse, if I'm honest. It's probably worse because now my painting desk it's on this run, so this is a run of desks here, and it's down that end. But all my screens for streaming and this malarkey is up this end. So I do. Luckily, this isn't the stream for painting tonight.
I mean, that's exactly what it is.
Tonight, for me, tonight it's not. It's all about the book.
Tonight,
but by next week, I'm hoping to have a camera set up at that end. But it does mean I will have to get out, swap chairs when I decide to paint.
The stream specifically designed for you to paint along to. It's not the stream for painting.
It's not the stream, mate. It's not the stream.
It's not the one. Well, as other people have said, I think I'll paint and you'll get drunk, and yeah, it seems to work for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Of course, don't forget, guys. The main reason we're doing this, the genuine reason for this, was to check that YouTube was working and that it was a one-off. So we're really hoping that everything's just been resolved on YouTube's end, and you're not going to start saying it's freezing or anything like that. That would be really, really great, and hopefully it's all going well.
I was gonna start the stream and start going. Yeah.
We could time it just Well, what was the one that was frozen for me last week? Was
that? Yeah, mine was probably this.
But yeah, so that's where we are. How has your week been, Steve? Other than that,
just still mad busy with work. Yeah, still very busy. I'm happy I got this. I mean, it's not finished. There's loads of crap off camera there that I need to decide what I'm doing with that you can't see. But I'll get there. I'll get there. I'm a lot more comfortable now because it's not a mess at the time being on my desks. But what about yourself? What have you been up to this week?
Been good. Been good. I finished the models I started last week, which I'm really pleased with from my point of view. I started Frodo and Sam on the stream and finished them. Put some pics up on the group. I had these two got out for today. I thought maybe I'll start another two, but I genuinely actually don't think we're going to do much painting on this one. So
No.
they were them. So I was really happy to get those two done. And it's the second Sam I've ever painted. Painted one Sam 10 years ago. Never painted another Sam. So
It's very good. Cool. It's very good, that Sam. It's very good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Mm.
And I've also done some more work. It's probably not coming out well, but I've been working on your mate.
Yeah.
Who's starting to come together now. Me and Steve had a long chat last night. I was doing his cloak during that. So yeah, he looks better than he looks there because of the extreme light. The last thing that I was quite excited about was I went to get some scenery supplies today.
I see.
We were chatting about it on the chat. I went to my friendly local timber merchant.
Yeah.
I asked about you. They didn't know you. Sorry.
Yeah. It's down south, mate. Down south.
He's a tradesman. You know, club or whatever. And I got kicked out. But I got my hardboard to do some scenery for Fantasy Fellowship. More on that later, which I was really excited about. And there's a scenario in there, I don't know if you heard, that might require some fields.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Pro, how does the average wargamer make fields? Like crop fields.
Well, it's a doormat, right?
Doormat, right? So I was looking for a doormat. Home base were all sold out. Strolling around a timber merchant, and in their shop, I find these.
Artificial grass.
Look at that.
They're actually better because it's not stiff bristles, is it? They're quite soft.
Oh yeah, it's very soft. So I've got 3 different ones, right? So these are hanging there. Naan grass. So I think this is like grass made out of Indian bread or something. I don't really know. But how much?
I'm going to say £5. Free. Sample.
They're samples.
Yeah, love a sample. Love a sample, mate.
They're samples. And there was a thing of them, and I picked one up, and I was like, how much is this? You know, it's free, mate. You can have it. Grab 3, ran away. And they're all different. So I've got Eclipse, and I've got Elise, and they're all slightly different finishes. And I figure, I don't know quite what I'm going to do with them. Maybe I'll spray them.
Yeah.
Because I want brown. And I was kind of wondering whether or not to pour PVA over them to kind of harden them before I spray them.
I'd leave them soft. I think it look cool when you stand the minis in them and they're sinking.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, and I went onto the website and you can order samples. Now, I presume the samples you order are these.
Yes.
So you can go onto Naam Grass's website and I think order 4 of these for free. I think that's amazing.
I think you've just bankrupted a company.
It's going to be like the Watcher in the water. They're going to run out of samples. What the hell is going on?
We need to buy another van, lads. We've got a lot of samples. I think we're going to do all right next year.
I think Elise for me or Eclipse are the best ones, I think, because there's a load of different ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that I thought that was amazing. So full props to the Twickenham timber merchants from O'Byrne today.
Yeah.
And when I rang him up as well, I said I need some hardboard cut, and he went, "What's it for?" And I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
And I was like, "It's a modelling project. You know, what is it like Warhammer?" I went, "Yeah, good guess." And he was like, "Yeah, we get quite a lot of it." Yeah. So I used to play. We had a chat. Got free grass. What a time to be alive.
There you go. There you go.
And I've got a cup of tea tonight as well, which I don't normally do on stream.
Are you not on the alcoholic beverage tonight? Oh yes. Oh yes.
Triple parks, mate.
Tell you what, you're going all out tonight.
I've got to drink this before it gets cold and the others before they get hot. How about yourself?
The usual. Not many. I just got two bottles in here tonight. 2 bottles of Moretti. And a cheeky white lion bar. There we go.
Nice. Well,
I don't think I'm even going to eat that tonight. You know, I've not long had my tea. I had Domino's tonight. We've got a big banquet thing. It was really nice.
I want to eat a box of double dough. I'm already into the whisper.
Oh, you're deep. He's in deep.
Oh, good. But do you remember from the chat what was my main treat for this week?
No.
It didn't all survive the week.
Oh yes.
You ever had this?
No.
Never seen it before. Bought it in Sainsbury's last week. Tony's chocolate.
What is it? What's the difference?
Well, I don't know. It's Tony's. It's not mine. It's Tony's. What is it? It's not yours. It's Tony's. What's the Terry thing?
It's not. Yeah, it's not yours. Yeah.
It's just a brand of chocolate I've never seen before, and this is milk chocolate pretzel toffee. It's really good.
Good.
Yeah. Good.
Is it on the Cadbury's Nestle scale, or is it like the lower end chocolate?
I don't really like Nestle, but it's high quality chocolate. And I mean, you're a renegade, so you'll like this. Check out the blocks.
Oh,
it's all over the place.
Yeah, that's just messed a lot of people up. Yeah,
it's really tough to either bite off or snap off. It's really genuinely quite hard to do it. But yeah, so that's my treat. There we go.
Good stuff. Yeah. Well, do you know what? I can't see for some reason our people counter thing's not working.
Oh, so it isn't. Yeah, it's 0 people, which normally I'd find quite upsetting. But
I'm going to read it.
Chat talking.
Yeah.
I think there's probably about 70 in.
Let's have a look.
I think there's a 7 just sitting behind that red.
33 there is. 33. Can I just say as well, as 33, I think we've got the sexiest viewership of all the streams on YouTube.
What, in terms of character or in terms of looks?
Well, a bit of both.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely the most attractive live stream crowd.
Yeah. The funnest people around.
They should be on the camera, really. Rather than 2 tubby nerds.
Give us a night off.
They did last week. They did give us a night off.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, we were bang on time tonight. We've waffled.
It's a really good cup of tea.
Yeah, I love a cup of tea. I'm drinking beer. I'll be honest, weirdly enough tonight, I'm very jealous of your tea and I'm drinking beer.
I think it's something about it being a shorter stream.
Yeah.
We haven't actually said that. You should probably tell them about shorter stream.
Yeah, so we're aiming to do around an hour and a half tonight. We're not going to be like really set in stone with it, but at the same time, it is going to be a shorter one than normal because it is just basically filling in the gap that appeared last week when everything went kaput. So we're gonna flick through the Ringbearer. If you've not checked out on the channel Damien's full and in-depth review, do check it out because it's a great video. You know what I liked? Statues in the background.
Well.
Wow.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
I'm trying to put Tariel into every video that I do.
Yeah.
Like, I did it on the genuinely. I'm saying this now because I was like, well, no one's seen it, so you've got to go and look for it. You know that Murder of Crows, the battle report. There's about in the wide shot of the table. There's about 4 Tariels in that picture.
Yeah.
Like that, have the pop vinyl and the action figure and the statue, and no one spotted them. So I was like, I obviously need to be more overt with these things. It's probably because no one read the bloody article.
Well, there's a few people already watched the review because I had a quick view before. I didn't have time. I was just running around like a madman tonight, trying to be ready for tonight. But I'll be watching it all tomorrow, so do check that out on the channel also. So we won't be as in depth. We'll be flicking through, just talking about the things that we love and the things we're looking forward to doing with this supplement. It's created a lot of chatter around, mainly positive. Mainly positive. But yeah, we can deal with that. Everyone's entitled to
There's also
opinion.
a great post on the GBHL today. Really good post from someone who doesn't particularly like it, but articulates themselves very well about why they don't like it and the things they didn't like.
Yeah.
It's not going to be for everyone.
No.
Then there are some comments.
But yeah, so I think what we'll quickly do is, should we say some hellos? We're not going to get stuck in the comments. Well, we're going to try to not get stuck in the comments, guys, because we want you to be chatting about the book.
Chat about the Ringbearer.
Yeah, when we get into the book. So I'm going to say a few hellos, and then we'll get stuck into the book, I think.
Tell us your favourite bits and what you're excited about, and favourite scenario.
And if you've done anything with it thus far, like Damien's been like a crazy person, building terrain and painting fellowships and making battle reports and all sorts.
T done. 1 gone.
Done.
Smashed it.
1 of 3 done. So Dan was first in. Julian's in. Sophie's in. Frederick's in. The usual suspects. Joe's in. Green Tree's in. Gary
High
Cassar's
quality
in.
humans.
Nick Evans, Michael Haskell's in. He says the church clock has just struck 9. Took us all a while to get used to it when we first moved here in 2007, incidentally, which means it's take 2 time. Correct. And we were bang on time. And I just need to keep reiterating, we were on time tonight.
No one says anything when we're on time, do they?
Yeah. Moan
maybe
when we're
they
2 minutes late. Yeah.
Maybe they will later, actually, though. It might actually happen. They might be like, oh, bloody hell, they're on time.
True that. Gaz of Art of War Painting Studios in. Stu's in. Joe Kelly's in. Dylan Patel's in. Mark Stone's in. Larry Miller is in. Max Malice is in.
All the way from his tax haven in Guernsey. See you, Mark.
Josh Crosby's in. And we're caught up with everyone in the chat. Can we just say as well, because we know there's more than that watching, because it tells us on YouTube, gives us secrets. If it's your first time in, do say hello. Just let us know who you are. We'll say hi. Don't worry. We won't drag you into deep and meaningful conversation on YouTube for the world to see. Don't worry about that. Just let us know you're watching, possibly where you're from and what you're up to. It'll be great to know who is watching. So, Damien.
Stephen.
Would you like to kick us off and bust open the book? Bum, bum, bum.
I think this is the greatest. It's in the top 3 greatest SBG supplements of all time. There you go.
You're out there.
I'm going.
It is my favourite of New Era, without a shadow of a doubt. Nothing for me comes close to it. And that's not me being a GW fanboy. That's not me being Mr. I am right, you are wrong. That's my opinion. I love it.
You are right though. That's the
and I'll stand by it. Yeah, it's a great book.
Why?
It just gives me that warm, fuzzy feeling inside. The feeling that I had when I first discovered the game, and was when the movies were still fresh. Yeah. That's.
See, I think, and this is nothing to do with what anyone's done for this book, but I think there's an awful lot of it that I feel warm inside when I think about Christmas 2001, 2002, 2003. When I think about going to the cinema to see them and that original excitement, and I also feel the same about the Hobbit trilogy. Because it recaptures that. And so I think when you're reading through Fellowship stuff, it takes me back. It's 19 years.
19 years. There's people in the chat now who are probably not even 19 years old.
Yeah, probably. And James Holding's in. He's certainly not. But and I think there's which isn't that isn't objective then about the quality of it, but that's definitely part of it. That it takes me back to being excited about the game the first time round.
Yeah. Where do you want to dive in?
I don't, because I'd like to do the scenarios, but then of course the thing with the scenarios is like you go right. Let's just go through the scenarios, and then 28 scenarios later. But we can. I don't know. Do you want to? Should we pick 3 scenarios each?
Yeah. That
we particularly are excited about.
Yeah, I get the feeling you're going to pick my 3 though.
Yeah, maybe. We should have planned. This is what we used to do on the Planter, where we had to plan it in advance, and just to make it interesting, you'd have to tell each other, so you picked different ones.
Yeah.
Let's
go. You go one, I'll go one. You go one, I'll go one.
All right.
And you don't have to do it in order as well.
Yeah. All right. So am I going first?
Yes.
Nazgul Imbri.
Strong
choice.
Strong.
I'm excited about this on 400 levels. I love boards with lots of scenery on that's different to normal. You don't normally play in towns. You've got an awesome Brie board. I want to see it. I want to see a bat rep on this.
Yeah, you will. You will.
Or on competing YouTube channels, wherever you feel most comfortable putting it.
You can eat.
Cook, get drunk, don't even know your own channel. I think the fact that the boards on in the scenarios on an interesting board is great.
Yeah.
I think the game mechanics are amazing. If you can get that one turn, as long as you don't get spotted on the first turn, and it's the when they move on, there's 4 ring race on horse, and when they move on, you roll a dice, and on a 1 to 3 evil moves and 4 to 6 good moves them, and then you creep around Brie. And I adore scenarios like that. We did the one in SBG with throwing the broken in the dungeons. I love scenarios where you have to hide and be sneaky, and they're very, very hard to do. And so that's cool. Then there's the fact that it's got mounted ring race in, which I've got, and I want to paint. It's got Barliman and Harry in, which are brand new. Have you ordered them? Happy Brie Day.
Yes, happy Brie Day, everybody.
Happy Brie Day. What a time to be alive. So they'll be in it. The Hobbits, I've just painted up these 4. I've done 2 of them. I've done the Weathertop Hobbits. So new models for me there. And I've just bought the Stoic Arms to be my prancing pony.
There you go.
I mean, that ticks absolutely everything for me about a narrative scenario. Old stuff that I love, and brand new stuff that I bought. What about yourself?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I've always, the whole point of me building the prancing pony and that Brie board was because I just love that aesthetic. I love the idea of playing in Brie. It's instantly recognisable, and it's just the cool factor. Is it difficult to play on if you at a tournament and you've got a horde army? Yes. Do I care? No. Don't care. Don't care. It's Brie.
Shouldn't have brought on.
Yeah, it's Brie. Should have brought the Fellowship.
I completely agree. I completely agree.
I don't care.
I would be sympathetic to someone with a mummock because they brought that for the right reasons.
Yeah.
But if you brought like 100 goblins down, it's like, I can't fit them all on. Good.
Yeah.
Think of what you found.
That's the point.
With my target market.
But yeah, love it. Love everything about it. I can't wait to give it a go. And yes, 100% we will be seeing a battle report on the Brie board again. I've actually done a battle report on the Brie board before.
Yeah, it's because it's got like a broken wall, isn't it?
Yeah.
To let people in.
Yeah, I had to have something so that it was, the town area was separate, access, but then it was accessible. So I was just like, and people going, oh, it should be a bush. Like, well, I didn't have a bush. I had a wall that I didn't know what to do with, so I used that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it again. And reading this scenario looks like it will play great. So
this will be good. While me and Steve are doing this, let us know your favourite narrative scenarios in the comments.
Because we will come to them.
Yeah.
We will come to them.
So your choice then.
So I'm gonna go further through the book. And the reason I'm bringing this up now is because I know that you will nick it if I don't say it.
I kind of felt that with Melville and Brie.
Yes. So the first one I'm going to go for is Balin's Tomb.
Oh, I wouldn't have nicked it. That was a safe bet. Good choice, though. Strong choice.
Balin's Tomb again, just for A, the aesthetic, B, it's just an iconic scene from the movies, and just when you think when I think about when I first watched Fellowship of the Ring in the cinema, that scene was the scene that sticks out the most for me, and probably still does. As well as that, the cave troll models in our game are still some of my favourite models in the game. I love them. I think they're great. And I've got a board, but I want to build a 2x2 board as well. So
cool. Yeah. Well, you know my hardboard. One of the 2x2 squares I got is for Balin's Tomb.
Ooh, very nice. What do you like about this one?
It got me into it. I do talk about that in the video, but it's the scenario that got me back into the game, convincing my friends to play. And I've got. I don't think you. All joking aside, I don't think you made it that far, but the
tubes.
My first scenery, the
tubes.
Toilet.
Oh, I got that far.
Oh, okay. So that was like my first bits of scenery on a 2x2 piece of corrugated card, and I invite my friends over who didn't play any of this stuff to play it, and they just thought, they were like, this is the coolest thing ever. They never bought the models, but they liked playing it, having 24 goblins and a cave troll and the Fellowship. And I've played that scenario probably more than any other scenario, and it is super cool.
I think everybody has played some sort of incarnation of either this scenario or a scenario very similar to Balin's Tomb.
A lot of people get the box set, right? It's what Tom Harrison got him into the game, was that starter set.
Yeah.
And I know people kind of put the boot into that plastic Fellowship, but at the time, 2006, that box set with the Fellowship and the Cave Troll compared to the first 3 box sets.
Yeah. So that's my first choice. Where would you go next?
I just had a flick, and I was like, "Oh God, no, there's too many." I'm gonna go for. Flight to the Ford?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't have thought that would have been one of your 3, but
but that's it. I think because I've never played this.
Mm.
And I really like the old version. I can't remember where it was. It must be in White Dwarf. Have you ever played the one where the board moves?
No, but I've heard people talking about it.
Yeah, like I can't remember. I don't think I've ever played it, but the idea is basically you don't move the models, you move the scenery down the board, which is really cool fun. But I was looking at this going, I can't see how they can win this. And then the mechanics again are so interesting about the ring race. The fact that there's just loads of cool game mechanics. So the horses move d6 plus 4 inches, and if they roll a 6, they collapse from exhaustion.
Yeah.
You have to roll for the other ring race to enter the table, and on a 1 they've had an accident and they don't turn up. And it will just add. It's the same as the kind of Brie one, I think, that it adds a really nice dynamic sense of movement and cool models again. The idea of having potentially all 9 on horse, Arwen with Frodo on the horse, and then the kind of Fellowship chasing behind, the hobbits and Aragorn chasing behind like they do in the book.
Yeah.
I just think it's cool.
Yeah.
But,
have you got that model painted up?
No, I haven't got any of them. I've got this mad idea. I think I've told you that I've got a couple of hobby days, like allowed, because I was meant to be going to some tournaments. And I've got this lunatic idea about trying to paint the 9 on horse in a day.
Yeah, you do it.
Like a kind of crazy hobby project while I listen to Andy Serkis's Hobbit. And then I'm going to do the Arwen with Frodo.
Yeah. I've got Arwen with Frodo, and I must have started to paint that model. It must have been 4 or 5 years ago, because I just wanted to paint it. And then that thing happened where I put it on my shelf and started something else and just kept meaning to get back to it, and then it got put in a box, and then it got put away. So it is in one of my boxes somewhere, probably in the Arwen box, half painted. So I'll dig that out at some point, and this is a good excuse to do it. It does look like a cool scenario, and it's a nice generic board.
Yeah, with River.
Yeah, with River.
River is in motion now. Things are now in motion that can't be undone. That's on the dining room table.
I see. Did you have? Was that what you had? Them little pair of hands helping you with? By any chance?
Yeah, I had my little girl helping me build a river today. She made her own river as well, completely from scratch, which was quite fun. Gave her some offcut, gave her some paint. She loved it.
Yeah, very cool.
Really hoping you're going to pick one of the ones that I'm dithering over, so that it helps my decision.
I think I might be looking forward to this one more than you are, so I'm not sure it would be one of yours. Just by vibes that I got off you in the past. So my next one, what I really like the look of, is a little bit of a funky one, and it's Escape from Dwaradelf.
Oh, that's a good scenario. Good scenario.
Yeah. And the reason being is I never played the old version, but listening to reading and listening to people talk about the older version compared to this version and how this is an improvement. I think you said it. Makes me really want to play it, and I think I said it to you today, I can't wait to build the Dwaradelf.
Build it, yeah. But build it like it was in the Journey book.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Because you don't get that in that map. You don't see it. It's all flat. But in the Journey book where it all came down, it's just amazing.
I'll
be building that as well next year.
And again, it's, I mean, as all the scenarios are in this, because it's about the Ringbearer, so they're all going to feature the cool heroes that we want to play. It's got the Moria Goblins, which we started painting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Battle Streams in Middle-earth, so I do actually get to use them. I'm going to use the ones that are painted on Battle Streams when I play it.
Need 24 though, right?
Yes.
Not next week is. Good news.
Yay! I've got 5. I just need to paint another 19. I'll do that next week. Yeah, boom. But yeah, it's very, very cool.
Completely. And the rule change is that the goblins don't respawn.
Yeah.
The old versions, they respawned, and you can watch. I think Jamie played Jay in it, Jay Finnegan.
I think you're correct, yeah.
On the campaign. And I can't remember how that one went, but I've played it before, and they just stop at the end. They just stop, and you end up with 20 goblins in front of them.
Yeah.
They'll never kill the Fellowship, and they can never get off, and they don't respawn. And I think that could make it super dynamic. With your Gandalf and Leggy killing loads in advance, and then them chasing behind and chasing through and bursting through. I think it'd be brilliant.
Yeah, it does look really good. I like the unstable realm rule as well.
Yep.
It's going to make it interesting for when I kind of design making the stairs.
You haven't helped me though.
No, was that one of yours?
No.
Oh yeah, I haven't helped you. Yeah, I did on purpose, man.
I got three left, and it really could be any of these 3. I'm gonna say I'm going to say Farmer Maggot's crop.
Ooh, it does look like a good scenario though. It does look like. Let me get to it. Let me refresh my little brain.
First scenario. The reason I like it is because, as far as I'm aware, there's never been a version of this before, so it is a brand new scenario.
Yeah.
It's also a super exciting board. It's a board which is currently in progress.
Yeah.
This is going to be our first Fantasy Fellowship scenario. Tom Macklin is building the Hobbit Hole. I'm building the Kennel in the Field. We have so Andrew Pennington, who you've heard me talk about before, he does the Fantastic Trees and Tufts, has sent. I'm going to keep it secret, but he's sending us something amazing for it, completely, like, randomly.
Yeah.
So everything's being built for that, and it's the start of our Fantasy Fellowship campaign, which is why I'm really excited about it. I've also painted up Farmer Maggot really recently,
Yeah,
so I think I'm into it for that.
Yeah.
And again, I'm repainting the Hobbits at the moment, and I just love it. It's so cute that it's your Hobbits literally nicking cabbages and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, run to the field, grab them, and get them back while dogs attack them.
It's a great starter scenario for the vibe that the rest of this book is.
Yeah,
I think.
And then 100 pages later, you're inside a volcano and things are a bit grimmer.
Had to do it, didn't you?
Is it one of yours?
That was my class.
Is that where you were going?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Well, there's two of mine. Then you definitely. So the end of all things. Is it?
It had to be right. I've never played a game which is playing out that scene. You know, when it all comes to a head, you've sat and spent about 6 weeks in the cinema watching, and then it comes to this scenario, and it looks cool. It looks really cool, and I've got these minis painted up. They're actually part of a diorama at the moment, but I'm going to take them off.
You don't just need them, right? You need
Yeah.
2 massive armies as well.
Yeah, but I've got those painted up. I've got the armies already. But it's the fact that I've got those actual models painted up on a diorama, which is a...
Have you read the rules for it?
Not fully, no. I don't care what the rules are.
It's really hard.
I don't care. I'm playing it.
I don't see how Frodo's ever getting there. It's really tough.
And I'm going to make that...
What Gollum falling into lava?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to make it. It's going to be an objective marker, I think.
Very nice. There's a great guide for that in Battle Games in Middle Earth about how to make that board. I feel like I might have that folder out still.
Lots of rules. Look at all the rules. All the special rules.
Yeah. It's because it's bloody hard. Frodo's got... I know it was tough. That's what I said in my review. I was like, I know it's tough. I know he doesn't have it easy, but it looked easier in the film than it does in that game. I don't think I've still got it out. But yeah, there's a great... In Battle Games in Middle Earth, they built a mountain.
Yeah.
It's like the path, and then you turn it around, and it's got the Crack of Doom. It's beautiful. You'd do a banging job of that.
Yeah. All I need now is like 6 weeks off to build all the... build all the stuff for what I build.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a scenery builder like you, but that's what that book's done to me. It's made me want to build scenery.
That's why I will stand up to anyone who says it's not a good book, because of the way it makes me feel and the things it makes me want to do.
The way you make my feel, you make my build my dreams. I'm going to say my honourable mentions were the Gates of Moria one with the Watcher.
Yes.
For obvious reasons for us, having just built that board, and one in the Watcher and Water, and Ambush at Amon Hen. Yeah, I was
going to go with the Aragorn one.
Yeah.
Aragorn's Last Stand, is it, or something?
Aragorn Stand, yeah.
Aragorn
Stand.
Stand.
Three.
Yeah.
Just. I mean, it's not. I don't know why I did it still. I was just picking randomly, really, but it's not new. Ambush at Amon Hen is in the Armies of Lord of the Rings, but Amon Hen is hands down my favourite sequence in the entire trilogy, and the Scouts and Lurts and the Fellowship and stuff. Just I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to play that again. Yeah. The crazy thing that I'm getting my head around is that I'm thinking about all these scenarios, and I'm currently painting Aragorn and Hobbits, and none of them are going to be in it. It's like there's this self-defeating thing. Or so I'm painting up all these models because I'm so excited by this, but they're not the models I need to do this. Right. Should we see? Go. That's our scenarios. Should we see what everyone else liked? Yes, let's. Let's make that a little bit smaller.
Where was I up to? I was just saying hello to everybody.
Good news is the stream is smooth and there's no lag and the stream's working well.
Yes, yes. I mean, that last week we knew that there was problems with YouTube because there was people talking about it online, right? But behind my desk, the amount of wires that were behind my desk, what weren't actually doing anything, was a joke. So last week's stream was one of the reasons why I ended up changing everything around. I'm quite happy now.
That's good then.
Got very fresh now.
I think we got to Joe Achille saying I had massive guilt all week because the comment was the last one before the stream went sideways and shut down. It wasn't my fault, I swear. I haven't heard that, so I think that's where we got to, isn't it?
Okay. Dylan Patel, this stream is way much cleaner from the get-go compared to last time. From the get-go. Right, okay. We need a comma in there, man. Helps me out loads. Frederick is agreeing with you. Lots of great.
Yeah, so much.
Lots of great. That's going to be the new thing. You need a t-shirt with Battle Stream's logo here and lots of great on the back. Green Tree's liking my new setup. Cheers, buddy. Mike Stone says, hail. Larry says, the 1 week I couldn't make it and everything fell apart. Yeah, that's probably what it was. That's what it was.
That's why, Larry.
Max is wooing about Ringbearer week 2. Again, I don't want to get stuck in the comments, guys. I'm going to try and get to scenario chat. Where are we?
Larry's asked for no spoilers about part 1. The only spoiler you need, Larry, is it goes south quickly.
Yeah. Gaz agrees with me. Gets the nostalgic feel from the new book. Julian's reporting in from Germany. Colin Higgins says, hey both, long time GBHR viewer, but first time watching the live stream. Colin in South London. Welcome, brother.
Welcome, Colin. It's good to have you in.
Ashley Fisher, hi guys, first time in, just started to get back into the hobby in the last few weeks, in part because I discovered your streams. It sounds like I picked a good time to get back in. Well, you know what? It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside that we're helping you get back into the game.
And also Ashley Fisher he sent a very nice message because he joined our patron scheme in the last week.
Thank you very much.
What a nice message about, indeed, and it sent a nice message about getting back. You know how it helped get back into it there as well. So that was super cool. So thank you for your kind words and thank you for your support, Ashley.
We do things for the right reasons here, and you guys are included in that.
Can you send them to me?
Drinking and eating chocolate.
Whee.
Anders is in. Joe Holzman. Joe Holzman says, not necessarily a specific scenario, but love how so many of them don't require a huge number of models to play, except for the last one. Makes it much easier to play through the campaign if your painted collection's sporadic. Very true. Very true. I think that's the thing that a lot of people who weren't as positive as the rest of us, I think they struggle with that because they're kind of thinking, what's the point in this? Yeah, from that mindset, and it's the wrong way to look at it.
So obviously, if you don't have any of the models painted, then it's no different. But for me, having come from this world, that's how I got back into it. I just feel like I have to paint a new Aragorn, a new Frodo, and I feel like not everyone, but most people will have 24 goblins, 24 scouts, and a couple of ring race and stuff. You know, most people have that stuff, I think.
Oh.
So it makes it more accessible than something like Gondor at War, where if you don't have Gondor and Mordor armies, you can't really do a lot with it. I think. I could be wrong. Andrew Pennington is in, by the way. Says, evening all, hope we're all well. How are you doing, Andrew? Great to hear from you. If you need tufts or if you need trees, contact that man.
I always need stuff like that. Still after sage bushes, guys. Still looking.
Frederick Schultz has said, anyone else feel like Steve is much louder than Damien? Yeah, I do. It's a force of personality thing, isn't it?
I read that before. When you were waffling, and I turned me down. So I hope we're kind of roughly on the same level.
Did you read that when I was being louder than you?
Yeah. It's so loud.
Anders is painting converted orcs. You've done Joe, haven't you?
Yeah.
Julian, I love the Amon Hen trilogy, Journey Book vibes. Yeah. Him breaking the fellowship. Also, some of the beautiful fellowship models. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Completely agree. Rich Zed's in. Glyn Seymour's in. Sorry, I missed the first 30 minutes. Been playing Ares games, War of the Ring. Well, I mean, don't tell us that you've been doing something you'd rather be doing.
Yeah.
Just say.
Andy's had a beef and pineapple stir fry. You heard
Andy?
me. You heard me correct. A beef.
Andy who?
Beef and pineapple stir fry is what Glyn's had.
Glyn? I thought you said Andy.
No, Glyn. I said Andy's had. And he's had.
Oh God, enunciate.
And he's had.
A beef and pineapple stir fry.
Yes, odd.
I don't think pineapple's got any business in savoury food.
I don't think pineapple's got any business on this planet.
I like pineapple.
No, it's
not just not in. Keep it off my. Oh no, that's not true. I like it on gammon. It's good on gammon. Wouldn't be battle streams if we didn't have a little tangent. Pineapple tonight, guys.
True that.
Let us know your thoughts on
spiky for a reason. Stay away. Spiky for a reason.
Larry Miller is end of all things for me. I love the idea of playing 2 scenarios simultaneously. Yeah. Have you ever done the other one from? I can't remember what it was. Was it the original Return of the King book, maybe, where there's a game going on in the middle and Frodo has to walk around the edge of the board? Remember that? It rings a bell, but no, I haven't. It's a similar thing, but I'm pretty sure it's on the same board, and they have to like do. It's almost like a clock or something. I presume Gollum's chased them, but they have to do like so many laps of it. And they tie in at the end. It's very similar to. I think maybe Games Workshop nicked the idea from that fanzine. What's it called? They did that with. What fanzine? The
Pelennor set. I remember did something similar. 2 games simultaneously, and they came together.
I honestly don't know what.
They came together.
I don't know what game you mean. What game? What scenario?
Pelennor one. The Army of the Dead. The Army of the Dead. Well, you know what I mean. It was. Yeah. Yeah, there's 2. Not that anyone's read that yet. Huge spoiler. Not out, mate. Nearly out. It's so close now. So close to achieving its goal. Issue 10. Blameless.
Yeah. I think it's going. We're getting the test copy this week, and it's far more advanced. We could print it right now. We could print it. SBG magazine has been put back more times than James Bond. Yeah, it has. Yeah, Bond's been put back twice. Yep. SBG was Ardacon, your event, and then now 3 times. Yeah. Sorry. Come on, mate. Yeah. Come on, mate. It's coming next month or so. It'll be out. It's a good one. It is a good one. I'm absolutely sick to death of it, but it's a good one if you haven't read it. I'm excited about 11 now as well. That's where I'm focusing all my efforts at the moment. Screw 10. So over 10. Old news, mate. 10's so pre-lockdown. I was expecting it. That's why I forgot. It's not even out. We normally launch at events to try and get some of the print costs back, but we just can't do it now. Not going to be any events. Man. Loads of people will still get it though. Yeah, that's the hope. It'll be good. I'm excited. I am excited to get it out there finally and to hold it. But it's our hands down the longest post-production we've ever had on an issue. Could there be a Battle Streams in Middle Earth review episode? Yeah, we should do, shouldn't we? Yeah. That'd be good. You'd have to get a guest host. I don't know quite the level of narcissism it would require for me to review the magazine. Get Stu and Dan on the podcast. But yeah, it's been. I think the photo shoot was February. It feels like an age away. Yeah, and it was pre-COVID, which was 10 years ago now. Yeah. And then it'll be out. It'll probably be out November, I think. So it'll be somewhere between 10 and 11 months, and it's normally 3 months after the photo shoot. And so it's a long time to actually have it and be working on it and trying to keep like mentally engaged with it. But it's a good one. It's a good one, I think. Anywho. Yeah, because Larry loves the idea of playing 2 scenarios. Green Tree said, "Looking forward to seeing all this new terrain." So am I. I'm excited. I haven't made any terrain, I think, for this game ever. Oh, I love terrain. For about 9 years, I don't think I've made any. It's terrain. My favourite bit. I just don't do enough of it anymore. Too busy with his YouTubes. No, the YouTubes. Colin, I really like the idea of the dead marshes scenario. It seems like a really tempting counter for good. Yeah, and again, like he says, as they try to avoid the spectres of Nazgul. It's my jam. Yeah. Avoiding ones, sneaky ones. Dead marshes. You'd need a board for that, though, wouldn't you? Yeah, you'd need a board. Someone. Oh, has anyone got a board? Let's wait and see, won't we? Oh, you're not selling it, then? No, I don't know. Are we? I don't know. It's your board. I mean, Theoretically, sure. I was trying to big you up in a sort of SPG sense, but then you have to say something.
Well, I was just gonna surprise everyone, but you've ruined it now. It's all right.
It's only 36 for me. It's only 36 before.
It's actually quite annoying me that that's not working. That thing.
Yeah, it says down the bottom, no, 36 watching now. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Okay.
Oh, Julie says the HTL channel did a video of the Farmer Maggot scenario today. I'll have to give that a watch. It'll be brilliant.
Yeah.
Ray McCullough, the first time I'm able to join the stream live.
Wait.
Good to have you. Wait. Sorry, it's a short one tonight. Hopefully you'll be able to make it to the next one. Kenneth Vick says it's hard to choose any of the scenarios, but Fog on the Barrow Downs appeals, probably because of Tom Bombadil is the silliest character in the whole story. Where are you on Fog on the Barrow Downs, Steve?
Yeah, I want to play it. I made some Barrow Downs many moons ago. I've got a box somewhere. Oh, no, I haven't got a box somewhere. They went missing. But yeah,
they were taken away by Barrow Whites.
That's it. That's exactly what happened. But yeah, there's nothing in there that I don't want to play.
I don't want to play Fog on the Barrow Downs.
You don't want to play it? No. I'll play it.
My vision of this
I'll do it for you guys.
Largely the films, I think.
So selfish, Damien is.
I know. I'm nearly two different words I can't say on the stream there actually. But for me, it's like when you have to pick it and you have to pick how you're going to distill this down. For me, the stuff that goes is stuff that isn't in the movie. It's not as visual for me.
Yeah.
I really love the stuff in the Old Forest. I love that bit, but I don't really like Bombadil and the Barrow Down section. I like the bit where the hobbits are just wandering through the trees and it's all a bit spooky and the forest is against them. I really enjoy that. But when Bombadil rocks up, I just can't. But listening to the audio bit while playing, I just can't get on with that bit.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. I don't dislike it, but I don't like it. It's just there, isn't it? It's just one of the things.
It feels like The Hobbit to me, and I love The Hobbit, but it feels like something that would happen in The Hobbit, not in Lord of the Rings.
Fly do my head in.
Yeah, of course there is. Old man Crow's gonna get them flies again. He says everything's working well, but still no viewers. Andrew Featherton, I always love the Am and Hen scenario. Good choice. Closely followed by Marlin's Tomb. Good choice. And Weathertop.
Yeah, Weathertop.
For me, I'm quite keen on Weathertop. I'm trying to psych myself up. I don't know if you can see I'm putting my painted hobbits in here. Maybe if I spin it around or something.
You're getting ahead of yourself, aren't you? Getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, if I put painted models in it, it must be nearly finished. Yeah, Weathertop's cool. Weathertop's always good value for money. This book has stirred the kid in me again, not that it ever left, and makes me want to hobby. Yeah, well, I think that's basically what we're saying, isn't it? Dan says, I have 9 Mordor orcs painted up from the complete model list of that book. So maybe not everyone then. And I still think it's the best thing since sliced bread. Best book ever. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Joe Achille, Damien, you're going to have to improve your background to keep it Stephen setup. You might need to swap those groovy curtains from your parents' house to try and match it. Had to get in the leaf curtains there for a while. I'll just put up a picture of some bricks behind me.
Thanks, man.
I can't compete with that. I can't compete with that level of shelving. I haven't got space for it.
It's a lot of Billy bookcases, that, and it carries on.
Black as well. I mean, you've gone brave going the black ones.
Carries on. Yeah.
Oak veneer in our house for Billy.
Black. It's got to be black, mate.
Larry's thinking. I thought he said Andy's had too. That's what he said. Andy's had a stir fry.
It's you Southerners. It's you Southerners.
Green Tree says no pineapple ever. I think that's a. Well, I can't quite go that far because I like pineapple, but certainly in meals I'm not really keen. Joe Knowles says the fact pineapple tries to digest you is an automatic reason for not eating it.
True that. Spiky for a reason.
This is the tangent of the night. I'll see it. Larry, I eat a lot of pineapple on lunch. Never mix it with anything good. Spiky for a reason is another great merch design. That's just Steve's like. What's on his tombstone? Oh, there goes Steve Crow. Oh, she's spiky for a reason. Ray McCullough is playing a game with alerts his scouts against Moria tomorrow.
Oh.
He's drumming and running around goblins the whole game. Money's on the goblins for that one, I have to say. Glyn Seymour, post-game chat over using the expansions went over an hour. What?
Oh, he was playing the War of the Ring game, I think. Is it talking about that?
Oh, what end of all things?
Post-game chat over using expansions went over an hour. Post-game chat. The Shadow Player.
Oh, he was playing a game. He was playing a game.
Yeah, you were playing.
He was playing a game.
Yeah.
Right, okay, got you.
Not SBG, I don't think.
Yeah. He also thinks pineapple's lovely with ginger. Well, you would think that because you put it in your stir fry. Doesn't mean you're not crazy. Joe Holtzman, you should get Tom on to review SBG magazine.
I would pay good money to watch that. I'd become a patron to watch that.
Yeah, absolutely. No one knows where he is. No, he's all right. Tom's good. We're chatting most days now. It's good. Glenn, regarding Quest of Ringbearer, I'm looking forward to the Moria Amon Hen trilogy campaigns. Yeah, just a made Dorado. Oh, that's super cool. Harry says, "Naughty little fly, why does it cry? Caught in a crow, soon you'll be eaten." Dan Costa, I really enjoyed playing the Weathertop scenario. Great fun, but it's Amon Hen for me. Yeah, Amon Hen is class. And we are caught up. Boom. Stephen Crow.
Yes.
Profiles?
Yeah, let's go profiles.
Should be quick.
Yeah.
There's 4 profiles.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any interest in the Rangers? You're a Gondor man.
Yeah, yes. Yes and no, but not... The funny thing about the Rangers, it's come to be a very competitive army, hasn't it? So that for that reason, it's kind of like, yes, I'm interested, but they're kind of behind everything else. Do you know what I mean? Like, the models are beautiful. I like the models. I like the idea of recreating an army of Faramir's Rangers. I think it'll be cool. I've started painting up the 2 new Ranger captains.
They're absolutely stunning models. Beautiful models. All 4 of the models in this were done by Keith. 5, actually. 5.
Yeah.
All done by Keith. Beautiful models. For me, it's just that I just think they're one of those armies now that if you play them, you know how good they are, which means you know what you're doing. Yeah. It's like the same as Survivors of Lake Town for me. I can't bring myself to ever get excited about them or paint them because I'm like, I know, even inadvertently, I'll be bringing in incredibly powerful armies, and no one will care. So I'll put all the care and attention in the world into the paint jobs, and come up with a really themey army. Their reaction will be like, "Oh no, not Lake Town." It's the same with that. I think even if you paint all of these up and you do it for the, what I'm saying are the right reasons, and those are my right reasons, not everyone's right reasons. Yeah. But, and go, look, it's really cool, it's really themey. I'll still just shoot everyone to death because it's the only option he has. Would you?
Obviously, you wouldn't think that way if they weren't a part of the Rangers of Athelian army. If they were just if they were with a Gondor army.
I don't know how you do it. It's how you fix all shooting armies, and I don't know what the answer is. No. The only thing I think you can do in the Legion is you could make Frodo, Sam, and Gollum essential. Yeah. But then you're not. So you have a points tax for that. Yeah. But then you're not recreating You're recreating very much a moment in time.
Yeah,
I see. Creating the guys, but I think one of the guy who's Mablon with his Stalk Unseen rule, I think that's cool because he gets you another 7 bows in, but the rule's not devastating. Whereas Anborn's rule is just phenomenal. Yeah, it's Narzug's rule is because that's what it is, isn't it? A 3-point might for shooting. That's an incredible rule.
I think any rule that gives you 3 might is crazy good.
He's on a 3+ shot. He's irritating you every single turn of the game. Yeah. Not bloody Amborn again. Yeah. So I do, as I say, I don't know what the answer is that and how they'd fix it, but I just don't care. Is the honest truth because it just even in the pre-COVID world, competitive match play gaming has so little impact on my life these days. So if I end up getting drawn against someone who brings it to a tournament, I went to that tournament and there are people who are going to try and win. Yeah. It's probably going to be more fun to play against than 150 Goblin Town, so why not?
I get the vibe.
It's
I get
just
the
not-
vibe that when the tournament scene is able to be back up and running, there's a few people who will be fielding this army.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it was incredibly competitive at, I think, about 500 points.
Mm,
And now it will be incredibly competitive at whatever, 650 or something.
yeah. Yeah.
But also, I don't play Gondor, so they just do nothing for me, really. I mean, I love them, beautiful models, great that they're in there, but
Yeah.
over the page, though.
Hey.
Hello.
Hashtag Briefolk.
When these came out, I think it was Parliament. My description of this was absolutely unnecessary and absolutely essential. That's how I feel about these. There's no reason whatsoever to have these in the game, but I think they're superb and I adore them.
I was screaming Briefolk from the rooftops for a long time. I personally, if it was my choice and I was the guy making the decisions, I would have had a couple more. But the fact that we got these,
you can't have 3 Barlaman buttons. That's why you're not in charge.
The fact that we got these 2 profiles, it's good enough for me. It's good enough for me. They've ticked a box for me.
And they're out today. Here's to Barlaman, Harry, and
Chin
Super
chin.
Secret Bill.
Chink.
Gorgeous models.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, really nice.
I loved that. Did you see the post today where someone said, "Why is he
know.
on an outside bench but he's serving beer?" And the raft of comments about COVID-19 essentially and social distancing and all that.
Have you never seen a beer garden?
Someone said because you can't have an 800 point fight in a pub. I honestly think I'm going to paint these up and I'm going to try and do both, but I'm certainly going to try and do Harry as the 48-hour model on Hobby Bingo.
All right, okay.
Which I don't know if you jumped in on that, but we did it on our Patreon chat. I updated it.
Yeah.
I think I've got like 8 left.
The annoying thing for me, I used to have on I've got 2 pull down IKEA things, and I had the Hobby Bingo on there, ticking off as I was going. I was doing quite well on it, and then I can't remember the reason why. I think it's just because all the chat for Hobby Bingo stopped, and I was having a tidy round and I just took it and binned it. So
mine's been pinned up on that since February, and it had like 4 ticked off. So then the other night when it went off in our Patreon chat, I just went through and updated it.
Yeah.
And he's like, looking at Harry, that's a cloak.
Yeah, with a face.
Model of a cloak. So I can paint that in 48 hours, even me. So that I've got them set up for like next weekend to be a fun little kind of 3 evening jobby.
Yeah. They're cool models, man.
I think I'll use them in our Fantasy Fellowship campaign in that Bree scenario. And certainly Harry, I can't see myself ever using him in the game again.
No.
But I adore that he's there.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited for it.
Yeah. It's cool.
And Barlaman's really good.
I think Barlaman's decent. Like you say, Harry's like, his special rules a bit iffy. But yeah, Barlaman's definitely worth coming. And
50 points for Barlaman and Bill.
Bill, you would. I don't think you'd not take Bill, right?
And you'll see. I mean, it's whether because he's not. The thing is, you're like, he's in the Fellowship book. It's not a Fellowship book, and he's historical allies with the Fellowship, and he's never anywhere near the Fellowship. There's all after you. So it's weird. You don't go. You're not going to turn up to a tournament and go, oh yeah, there's that scene where the Fellowship and Barlaman were walking around together. But that's the thing that they're kind of pushing as the thematic option. So it's like, what's the Fellowship, about 750 or 800? So it's like if you then go to a tournament at 850, you'll see that. That's how the Fellowship now goes to a 50-point bigger tournament, isn't it?
Yeah. Which
is cool. And I also think you'll see him in Shire armies.
He's the new Alfred.
Yeah.
He's the new Alfred.
He's not as rancid, I think.
No, he's not rancid at all, I don't think. I like the fact he's got heroic defence as well, which makes him a little bit sturdy for defence 4. So
he's cool. But Harry might have a place in a ruffian list. He's evil as well.
Yeah.
But I think he's got that kind of little, minor immobilise. Would be leading your ruffians. It might be quite good.
Yeah.
I don't quite
could
know
be.
how he stacks up against the other 3 new Ruffian heroes. I'm not particularly up to date with them.
Yeah, I think like with these especially with any of the new profiles, sometimes on paper something can either look really good or really naff, but then when you play it, it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
You never know. Harry might be a bit of a ledge.
It could be. And that's the end of the profiles.
Mm-hmm.
So on the hopefully you'll be there might be a few comments about some profiles in there, but there's only 4 to choose from. Favourite profile?
It's Barliman, isn't it?
I'm going to say Harry.
Barliman.
I'm going to go different.
Yeah.
I think Barliman's better.
Yeah.
So I think I prefer having poor old Harry with his light. And a funky little emote. I just like that he's got a lantern and he stops and he yells at people, and there's a rule for that. You go, oi!
Oi! I know where you live!
Get away from my dog! Rabbits! 4 rabbits!
Oh dear.
Yeah. I think he's cool. I like him.
Yeah, I agree.
Paying him and putting him in the cabinet and then watching him die on turn 1 of the scenario. I think it's like him against 4 wraiths in the first turn and then never using him again. He's going to get 1 turn of play in my SPG career, I think. But I love him for it. It's awesome. Let's have a look at the chat.
Harry Bates has joined us. He says, what have I missed? Not much. He said, where does this supplement rank for you amongst the other Middle-earth SPG releases?
It's like he missed the start.
For me, Harry, it's number 1. And can I just say, Harry, I did get your message the other day, and I've just not. I'd read it and meant to reply, thought I'd do that later, and I've just not had time. So I will reply to your message, by the way. But for me, this book, we said it at the beginning, this is the best new era Middle-earth SPG supplement for me. And if I'm totally honest, and not to say that I won't be proven wrong,
Good chocolate.
I'd be hard pressed for that to be beaten.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Hard pressed. I can't think of a book that's going to be better than that for me personally.
The Voyage of Tariel could be complicated for me, I think. That would be good. Like Tariel fun. All Tariel. It would be a surprising release. And the book might come as a surprise as well. Yeah, I agree. But maybe that's the downer of this book. It's like I'm not going to like the next one as much. But yeah, I would say I agree with that. It's the best one in the new edition, and I think it's probably it's in my top 3. I think SPG supplements of all time. I think it's amazing. Joe Holzman says, of course, Beardy Crow's interested. Yeah, you can't take it out of him, can you?
Tell
It's
you.
always there.
Don't listen to others, Joe.
So you wrote in that post, I'm not a competitive gamer. I wouldn't be able to if I tried. You did try.
I did try, and I didn't succeed, so I was right.
I think I played you in your competitive career. You had a horrible army.
Yeah.
Like Fellbeast and Dwellers and
You
all
beat
that.
me with your elves.
Well,
I thought, it's that guy off that GBH show.
Years later, here we are. But yeah, that army terrified the hell out of me. It was horrible.
I just didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, I was quite fortunate on that.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Was it elves? Was it Desolation Stockport with Thranduil's Halls?
Yeah.
That was when I played Ed in maybe the final game against his Fellbeast. And we laughed about it. I mean, I think I laughed about it a bit more. But to this day, Tariel went around and killed a Fellbeast every turn, like consecutively. Went onto one, killed 4 of them, and in the last turn stuck her knife through Shelob's head and got the prize. It was like, just beautiful. She'd kill the Fellbeast, the Wraith would drop, she'd wander off, and the elves would kill it and kill the next one. It was just a thing of beauty.
That's what Taro does, though.
Yeah, what a girl. Green Tree, unfortunately I have to sleep early start tomorrow. Catch up in the chat tomorrow. Good night all. Good night, Green Tree. Glyn says, not to nitpick, but aren't most legendary legions from a moment in time? Well, yes and no. See, this is the thing. I think some of them are, like the charge of like the Theoden's riders and stuff, but some of them aren't. I think now. I think the waters have been muddy. You've got the army of Dunland as a legendary legion. Right, and the Rangers of Osgiliath is also has the Osgiliath veterans in. Rangers of Gondor, Rangers of Thilian. They have Osgiliath veterans, so that's at least a couple of scenes. So there's definitely, I think that was the idea, and that's what I would prefer.
Yeah.
I would prefer it if it was that moment, and that your army list was for your more generic forces. I don't think they do all fit that. I'm just trying to now think of all the other legions. Like the Sharku's Wild Riders, I suppose, but it's just a Wild Rider army.
Yeah.
It's got shamans and stuff in it.
Sharku could have been getting about with that army for years before the scene we see.
Yeah, so it's interesting, but they're definitely, I don't think they're quite as clear cut as maybe they were in Gondor at War. Possibly. But equally, I could be wrong about that, but who knows. It's all good. I'm so excited to see the stream still working, by the way. That's genuinely the most important thing about today. Harry says, what other brief folk do you want? Did you answer that earlier? Or...
Carrot Man.
Carrot Man,
yeah. I'm really happy with what we got, but I was saying, like...
You wanted a warrior, didn't you?
Yeah, like just like Bree defenders or Bree civilians or something like that would have been really cool. Because it would have just been nice for future supplements to have scenarios that have like a neutral element to them, civilians, or do you know what I mean? But that's not to say it might still happen. We don't know.
Well, they're in Scout and Shire, aren't they? There's Bree villages in there.
Yeah.
With the profile and stuff. Larry Miller, Barlaman will be in my fantasy fellowship. That's cool. That's very cool. Probably eventually as guard of the Citadel. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Imagine him at that dinner course. He'd be serving Denethor's food.
Big tomatoes.
Dan G. Ross is in. He said, would you believe it? A battle stream's focusing on our favourite pony. Speaking of which, you have to acknowledge it.
Well,
we said they're out today. Dave Fredericks pointed this out. I'm not taking the credit for this. The new Forge World pack that includes Build a Pony. It costs 25 quid. 25 quid. For anyone who doesn't know, it's called a pony. In sort of London slang.
London.
As that famous philosopher told us, stick a pony in my pocket, I'll get the suitcase from the van.
25 quid. Did we call that? Did we say 25 quid?
I think we. I was like saying because Dave pointed out. It's definitely Dave. It wasn't me. But I was like, that would be amazing if they did. A hero pack is £21 for 2 heroes. That means they're charging you 4 quid for Bill. I'm just saying. I like to think that the reason for that is that they decided to have a bit of a giggle. It's probably not. I get that.
Let's believe that it's because they think.
I just like the idea that Rob kind of went into whoever, sales, rap management. I've got this great idea. This should cost 30 quid, but I think we should take a 5 quid hit on every sale because it will really make the community smile.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing my best to spread that in case his job's riding on this absurd decision. Also, oh God, that's the other thing we were trying to do last week. Buy Weathertop. We're trying to shift Weathertops. Go and buy Weathertop.
Has anybody else in the chat bought Weathertop?
Why did we pick Weathertop for the scenario?
Yes, since this came out.
Yeah, please get us a Weathertop. Let's get those tops moving. So yeah, it costs 25 quid. And, irrelevant of the reason, 25 quid, that's an awesome price.
It is.
In today's standards, that's a really good price.
Yeah.
Bill's a chunky bit of resin.
A cool little profile.
Yeah. Max Malice is in. Harry and Barlaman perfectly sum up what SBG is to me. I want the characters to paint and shoehorn into a narrative scenario. The competitive rules are a byproduct. Yeah, I
agree.
That gets a clap.
Agree.
Larry Miller wants Smeagol and Deagle, even though they'd make less sense for match play.
It's not all about match play. It's not all about match play.
Yeah, but Deagle also doesn't turn up in many scenarios, does he? Doesn't have a great run.
True that.
That'd be the chronological order. I know he's not first, is he? Because you have the Forge of the Rings. But I remember Peter Jackson talking about it would be one of the earliest scenes that you see. If you showed the trilogy in chronological order, Deagle pops up and dies. But yeah, Deagle model's not beyond the realms of possibility. Frederick Schultz, Barlaman and Harry would be great for custom Bree scenarios for battle companies. Yeah, that's a great idea. Maybe even do custom start scenarios for a campaign where Harry might join the evil battle company. Yes, brilliant. Love it. I would like to see Harry and Barlaam in Fantasy Fellowships. That's a great idea. They're a good pairing for Merry and Pippin, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which maybe, who was it? Was it Larry that was saying? Yeah, he'd be in his Fantasy Fellowship. So Harry would be a good one for the other one. Joe, I think I said it on the stream a couple of weeks ago, but here it is again. Brief folk are coming. Civilian models for objective markers can be used in Briandale and Rohan and Gondor, etc. Yeah, it'd be good. Civilian models, yeah. A great idea. Frederick also tempted to order the new minis and start a ruffian army to get all the Bree personalities just for fun for battle companies. Lots of talk about battle companies.
Yeah.
And Joe says they will sell like hotcakes. He's put ... on that. Is that us talking about the cost, or is that a pun of some sort? I feel like, you know what I mean? That comment looks like it's a pun about Barlaam in some way. I can't remember. That's the difference between Damien and Steve. Your skill is temporary, but class is permanent.
I tell you.
That's a lovely quote.
Listen,
I'm not sure who they're talking
Glenn,
about.
please do not insult my streaming partner.
Yeah, well, that's it. It could be either of us. The food's looking good, Damon. Are you trying to emulate Jurgen Klopp? Yeah, ideally. If I could just be a hugely successful football manager, that'd be great. Vince Seymour's put Damien's, but I'm still not sure which way around that means. Harry Bates, forget about when it's released. Prediction of what's the next new miniature announced for MESBG? That's a great question.
Let's. Next is let's.
Quick Beam and Beach Bone.
Now let's. Next. No. Let's. I think the Ents will come like later, like we got AM or so late after the Rohan book.
It is quite late after the Rohan book, you know.
Just a little bit.
It's nearly a year.
Yeah.
Good answers. Let's see what anyone else said. And then we've got, I wonder how this is going to go. Because if you want the best ones but you don't have questions, then brother, I'm your Barliman. Harry Bates, I'm seriously considering buying Weathertop. Oh, here we go.
Do it, Harry. Come on.
It is damn expensive, but look, it's also damn cool.
It's amazing.
Since I bought that, Harry, I haven't felt a tinge of regret, and I felt very happy. Also, my wife and child, they seem happier. Larry Miller, that's a good point. Is everything we've seen out now? Yes.
Yeah.
Dylan tell my girlfriend just told me I'm not allowed to bite Weathertop until she gets a puppy first. Well, Dylan, buy the damn puppy. That's an easy win.
We're getting a puppy. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And he's already got a Weathertop, so
we've put a deposit down on a cab of poo.
A cab of poo.
A cab of
Andy again, isn't it?
Yeah, a cab of poo. Don't ask.
Right.
I didn't have a choice. I'm the only male in the house. I had no choice in the choice of dog. But apparently they're very cute.
They'd have to be.
Yeah.
Larry asked if it's just made to order that we're waiting on, and I believe it is. Sophie says, I believe so. Larry says, I've not seen... Larry says, I've not seen a post asking if anyone's heard anything about made to order in a while.
It's been at least a day.
Yeah, it's the new AM.
It's been at least a day.
Maybe it's been delayed because of COVID-19. I don't know. Michael Haskell picked Alert's Legendary Legion for my Entmoot Prancing Patrons virtual match play. I don't know what those words mean.
No, but they sound good.
That must be. Is that a new? That's obviously a new episode of Harry's Entmoot.
Entmoot Prancing Patron virtual match play. Loads of battle versus Harry.
Yeah. Harry, Sharon, Gandalf army going to do look. Cool. That'll be fun doing virtual games. Rich says, a bit unrelated, I'm delighted myself in discovering how well food seasoning works for ground cover terrain.
Yeah, boy.
Mr. Crow. It's your domain.
I've been using dried herbs for years. Makes your boards smell lovely as well. Bit of basil. It's great.
Oregano.
Yeah. Oregano, yeah.
Oregano.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
I'm full of chocolate.
It's great stuff. Where are we up to? Rich. Glyn says, I'm thinking of getting Theodred, Grimbold and Elfhelm to start a themed Rohan army. All very strong choices. Well, I don't think you can really go wrong with Rohan. There's that many heroes and they're all cool. Just get them all, Glyn. Just get them all. Joe says, I feel Lurtz is going to be the new Aomer. Everyone keeps mentioning him, but he'll come along right at the end. I don't know. I think a Lurtz model right now would cheer everyone right up. Just saying. Hashtag hint hint. Frederick,
I don't think we're getting Lurtz.
Get out of it.
I think if there's a multi pack with like Boromir or with Aragorn or something, then maybe. But I don't think there's 3 decent Lurtz models. I don't think he'd be top of the list.
Damien,
Stephen,
calm down. We're getting a new Lurtz. We're getting a new Lurtz. I'm telling you.
All right,
Listen. Do you remember this? Do you remember the clear gummy bear thing we had?
I do.
Well, it's on the same level as that.
But this one you can
just
never
listen to Uncle Steve. Just listen to.
You
Uncle
can't be wrong about this because it's just like in 4 years' time. Like, well, not yet. Not yet. He's coming.
I think it's coming. I think I'm gonna say pre-Christmas we're gonna get a new Lurtz.
You're just settling yourself in for the 4-month block then.
Just going for it. Yep.
One of the once you fight your way through to the middle of a Tony's chocolate bar, you get a Tony's. Kind of like a club.
Who is Tony? That's what I want.
Who is this Tony fellow?
Goes around making chocolate. Frederick says new Lurtz and Uglook models that would actually look like the Uruks from the film. Uglook. Yeah. Could replace the current metal ones with Forge World models. I just think they're definitely due an upgrade, and I think we're going to get it. I think we're going to get a Shagrat and Gorbag as well, but that's another chat. Larry says I would get a weather top, but I don't have the space. Everyone has space for a weather top.
What you have to do is move your watcher board and put it where that was.
Just move your TV. Put it where that is. Run a TV stand. Joe says, no, it doesn't mean anything. It's just me using 3 dots, i.e. ... way too often. It's really a staple of my chat typing, along with the trusty lol. I used to have to stop myself from typing lol because it would just be an automatic response when I couldn't be asked thinking of something to say. Like,
in lol. SBG, we put exclamation marks after everything.
Yeah.
When we're writing back reports, because everything's exciting, we're trying to make it exciting. Every sentence ends in an exclamation mark, and we have to go through and go. There's 5 in a row. We got to remove 3. 3 of these things aren't as exciting as the others. We always do it.
Frederick says you always have to consider the way they pack / sell their models, like the Irolas Denethor set replacing the single metal Denethor miniature with a pack of 2 models. True that. And then Harry says, sweet, I'll tell the missus that the Liverpool fan club told me I had to buy Weathertop. Correct.
This is the thing, though. You're not going to hurt me with Jurgen Klopp because I like Jurgen Klopp. Like you could.
I don't know.
I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do, Harry, and stir it up in the Man U fans. But I really like Jurgen Klopp.
Well, so. I used to think he was all right. I could never say that I liked him because he's Liverpool's manager. But I used to think he was all right. But I think since they've won, he's gone a bit up himself. Do you not think?
So?
I think he's gone a bit up himself. Anyway. Harry also says every time we have an argument, I'll just point to Weathertop. That'll cheer her up.
Yep.
That won't.
Do it.
That won't work.
Do it now.
Dan says the in-laws have a cockapoo. It's a tiny, loving ball of fluff. It's a cavapoo we're getting. Did I say cocker?
No, a cockapoo is a dog that I've heard of.
Yeah, it's a cavapoo.
Like actually full of excrement. I haven't heard of that.
It's a cavapoo we're getting. Frederick says, anyone know when Plastic Bear of the Quest Ring? I was reading that. I was thinking, am I like, what's wrong with me? Why does this not make sense?
It'll be there soon, Frederick.
Soon. Sophie says to me, "You don't need cheering up. You just got Aomer and Quest. I always need cheering up. New toys are what make me live. That's what I get up for in the morning. New stuff." Glyn says, "Choice of alerts on New Fellowship. I'm taking Fellowship every time. We don't have to choose, Glyn. We can have it all."
That's really tough because that's 1 against 9. I think if you could only have one of those, I'd go for a new Lurk, probably. I think a new Lurk is more likely than a new Fellowship, but there's so many great Fellowship models.
I just think we need. I think with this book we need to get some new models.
We need a Boromir. We need a fighty Boromir, and he could be fighting that. The Boromirs. Maybe I'd go for the Fellowship and hope that they finally nail Boromir.
Yeah.
Not like Lurtz did. Too soon.
Dan says, fingers crossed for a Hobbit model. A Hobbit model. I think we're going to get on. I think we've had this discussion loads, haven't we?
He clarifies below. He says Hobbit era.
All right.
Yeah.
We've spoke about this before, like in depth on not just one of our streams, on a couple of our streams, I think. And I think we're going to get a new Fellowship, maybe minus the 3 hunters. Which you mentioned in the previous conversation we had, because that's a fair point. That we've just had those. Me personally, I wouldn't let that stop. I'd take another Aragorn all day long, not bothered. And I think we're going to get a new Lurtz, and I think we're going to get a new Gorbag and a new Shagra. And this is my Christmas list to Santa.
Am I your Santa? You're looking into the camera as I pointed it. Oh, you're writing this down. His text out. I know. Steve wants some fiction models he's made up for Christmas. Good luck with that.
Come on, GW. Come on.
But he says, what I would do is wrap up a box that sounds like a new Fellowship and let him unwrap it on Christmas Day, because he says it's easier to ask for forgiveness than punishment.
The thing is about that. If that was a real text going to, she wouldn't have a clue what you're talking. She's like, Fellowship. What is this guy on? Why is this Londoner sending me these weird messages?
How does he know, Steve? He's in his garage playing golf.
What's a Fellowship? Some weird club he's joined. Harry says, Steve, if we get Lurtz, is he plastic or resin? Does he have options for bow or sword? I think he's plastic. I think a plastic Lurtz.
He could be plastic. He's big enough to be plastic.
I think it's plastic.
Could have arm options.
Yeah, with options. Yeah, makes sense.
Throw in the shield.
I think that's the new thing now, with plastics options.
Yeah.
I am a set a trend. Harry says, I'm a West Ham supporter, and Jurgen Klopp is a hell of a dude. If you don't like him, you're just weird, Steve. I do. Yeah, I think he's all right. Like, it's annoying because he is all right. Like, he's Liverpool's manager, so you know. But he has gone a bit up himself. Michael says, what about new mounted ring race? There are 9-foot versions, but mounted less diverse. That would be cool.
I don't think we'll get them.
I don't think we'll get them.
I think the old ones will come back, and they're beautiful.
Yeah, made to order.
Harry Parkhill thinks they're in his top 2 models of all time, I think. Did he put them there? Very high up his list.
Strong. Max says, Lurtz, Boromir, Aragorn triple pack, do it. Yeah, that would be great. Harry says, yeah, agree with Damien. We need a new Boromir, maybe a new Faramir as the Sons of the Steward. Where was it we were talking today? Someone said, I think it was one of the top table lives, and someone said we could get, if it's like a 3-pack, a Boromir with 2 Faramirs, an Armoured and a Ranger. As a 3-pack. Unlikely.
Pitch down if they're off on it.
Unlikely, but would be cool.
Oh, I didn't want 2 of that one. I want 2 of the other one.
Glyn says, will your streams be in danger of being cancelled if you are in a relegation battle all year?
Maybe, yeah.
I'm not even going to rise to it.
I'm not even sure it'd be a battle at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not even going to rise to it. It's all right, man. Look, Cavani...
The streams would cheer us up. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good day.
I mean, it wasn't a good day, but look at the whole day. There
was some brightness elsewhere.
Yeah. Cavapoos are smaller than cockapoos. A popular choice for those who want a dog that doesn't shed hair everywhere, tells me Andrew Pennington. Well, that's good, because that would annoy me. Yeah, I like dogs anyway, so it's all right. Glyn says, plastic riders of the 9. KS agrees. Frederick says, imagine plastic Shagrat with all the options.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Dad said, go on.
As we're nearly caught up, we should move on.
Yes. What time? Flipping
We're
it.
25 past 10, Stephen.
Come on, let's do it. This is what we said. We get caught up. We just chat, don't we?
Oh, so quick, so quick. Legendary Legions.
We've done Black Riders. Scarif of Goal. Are we bothering?
Why would we or wouldn't we? What's?
There's not really anything there. They're just part of this book, aren't they? So let's do Breaking the Fellowship then. Yeah.
The ring race being entirely transformed, but don't worry about it.
Go on.
Breaking the Fellowship, super cool. Lovely models. Turns the Fellowship into a really effective fighting force.
Yeah.
Bonds of Fellowship rules, amazing.
The gift special rules are cool.
Leggy's going to do what I want Leggy to do. Shooting 3 times, re-rolling misses. That's Leggy. That's my Leggy. Patang, 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 patang.
The gifts was the biggest thing for me.
It's awesome. Merry and Pippin with a banner effect, re-rolling 1 wound. They're good. They're decent. They're finally better than Bard's kids.
It's great. It's very thematic.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's an army in a box as well. I know they've done it for made to order, but you just feel they've got to do this on the next made to order, and people buy it, and there's your army now. And you use that, and you chuck the Gandalf model in the bin, presumably. I don't know.
Do we get a new Breaking of the Fellowship box then?
No.
Bold breaking.
That's regarded as one of the best sculpted fellowships. One of the best sculpted fellowships of all time, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I just think they're more likely to swap the plastic one out for the original metal one than they are to make a new one, I think.
They should do, shouldn't they? That plastic one's shocking. But yeah.
Rangers, boo. Skip over them. Rubbish.
Been there, done that.
Lurtzer Scouts Rush, amazing.
I like it. I like Lurtzer Scouts. There is a Legendary Legion review video out there somewhere.
I've seen it. What are the basic stats of an Hurricane?
Fight 7, Strength 9.
Strength 7.
Strength 9.
They are good. I've enjoyed your scout.
I get stage fright, mate. That's what it is.
It happens, mate. It's so easy to do in a video. Yeah. I haven't seen the Cura Fungal one yet, but I'm excited for that because I really like that Legion.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. The good thing about doing them videos, I'm learning loads because I'm talking about stuff that I rarely use. Like I've not used. It's really winding me up. It's doing me. I think it's just at me on purpose.
Nothing now.
It's winking at me when it flies past. Of course. Yeah, but I'm learning loads about stuff that I don't normally use. So the odd mistake here.
I know what you mean. I like the idea of. I saw the photo you put. We just had all the cards on the table in front of me. It's quite fun. You have a spare hour to kind of like just play around with books and stuff. That's what I did with the. More on that in a minute, but the Fantasy Fellowship, I just had so much fun going through the books and stuff.
Cool. Yeah, it's cool.
That's a Morio, I think, is the best option. It's you can't take the Fellowship of the Ring army list without Gandalf over Breaking the Fellowship. There's no way. You can't take Lurtz and some scouts from the Isengard army list over this. No. That one, the Depths of Moria list, does make you choose.
Yeah.
It's really good, but it loses a lot of really good things from the basic armor list. I think it's great. I love it.
It's just the drums. The drums are epic.
It's more up my street for that because I've got, as of next week, I'll have 57 Moria goblins painted, and in my life I've used 24 in a Baalin's Tomb scenario. I don't know why it keeps happening. But I don't want Black Shields and Marauders and Dwellers in the Dark and stuff. I just want goblins and drums and cave trolls. It's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
He's just painted his Balrog. He's finished it now. He bought it, painted it, finished it in a week. Ready for it to be used in the Dwerin Elf scenario in August 2021.
Very cool, very cool.
Black Riders are amazing. They're great. Lots of debate about them already on the various forums and stuff.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be great. I think they're cool. I think they're fun to play with, but I don't think they'd be unfun to play against.
No.
I think they'd be a challenge, and they'd rinse your heroes, but then you'd ultimately win the scenario.
Yeah.
I think it makes someone. It's like the Breaking the Fellowship. I think they'll still lose a lot of games, and most games, but they will mean that somebody who wants to bring that Legion feels like they're in the game.
Yeah. I think they look cool. I watched Lachlan's battle report. with them in. I know he got the odd thing.
Fellowship.
Yeah, I know he got the odd thing wrong with them, but
Man, it's a grim match up against the Fellowship before, if I speak right.
Yeah, yeah. They are cool. They're cool.
I'd love to see those models.
I always think some of these legendary legions have got a bit of stick. You know, oh, it's not good enough, or it's too good, or da. It's like the Black Riders. What could they have done with them?
I think the Black Riders are really good as well.
Yeah.
Most of the stick I've had is about them promoting models in here that aren't on sale.
That's just you need a bit of forward thinking with that, don't you?
Yeah, I think we are 6 months behind. So like that made to order should have been out months ago. There's probably another one due that have some of this, and there's probably Return to the Range stuff that is a few months behind. So I think if in 6 months' time or something, all these models will be available.
Yeah, because that made to order was tied in with the last book, wasn't it? There's a lot of Rohan on it, and Uruk-hai. They would have had one tied in with this book, which obviously it's just been messed up, and it's going to take a little while for them two channels to realign.
Yeah, I agree.
Kirithan Gold's good.
I think it's great. I love Kirithan.
Makes Shelob pretty awesome. I mean, I thought Shelob was alright anyway.
Yeah, she's amazing. Best monster in the game, I think.
Just flies, gonna get it.
Yeah, fly. I love her rule about eating an orc. I think it's just brilliant.
Yeah,
just absolutely brilliant. That's so cool and themey. Have this poor little orc following her around who knows. He knows what's about to happen to him, you know, and you're still like, right, I don't like you. I'm not.
You're just sending orcs with her just for that purpose.
He's wearing like a red shirt. He keeps sending one in a red shirt over Sheila.
Yeah, it's cool.
But,
and I like the rivalry thing between Shagrat and Gorbag as well. It's very much in the same. I said this I've just released a review for this Legendary Legion today. And I'm looking forward to it. It's
the rivals thing between Gorbag and Shagrat is well cool. I think that stops it being Shelob's Legion and makes it Gorbag and Shagrat.
Yeah.
I think whoever put that in knew what they were doing there.
Yeah,
good.
It's like they played the game before.
Yeah, maybe.
That's very cool. It's very cool. So before we dive into Fantasy Fellowship, do you want to have 5 minutes in the chat, see what everyone's saying, and then we'll jump in and do a long haul then. It looks like we're going to get to about 11 o'clock, so...
Yeah, well, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, it's cool. We'll jump in the chat quickly.
I'm heartily recommending Tony's chocolate, by the way. It's really good.
Is it good?
Pretzel one.
Where did you get it from? Sainsbury's?
Sainsbury's, yeah. Well, I got loads of different flavours. Okay. I went for the one that felt like the wackiest.
Because you're a wacky guy.
Most different. Yeah, I don't play by society's rules, you know me. No, it's Disney t-shirts from 2010. I don't care.
Rebel. Let's do it. Go on, you jump in.
Oh, I was going to stuff my face with chocolate.
No, yeah, I knew that.
So there was Harry thought one Faramir was too much, let alone two. Ouch. Steve could buy us all a weather top for the cost of a Cavapoo. Where do your loyalties lie? Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, don't get me started.
True. How much was it?
Don't get me started. It's a sore point. And I was emotionally blackmailed.
I never bought a dog. I assumed it'd be like 20 quid or, a grand or 5 pence or something. I wouldn't tell you how much a dog is. Poor Freddo.
Shocker. It's a shocker.
KS says, who's Faramir? Is it one of Boromir's friends? Oh, Faramir. Larry. I love Larry so much. He says he could definitely buy us all one, given the 0 of us. There's 30 of you, damn it, Larry. Harry, Frodo, Sam, Gollum will be released in plastic before the end of the year. Sam will have the option for some nice taters, precious. Good. That'd be a good pack. That would be my vote for a plastic Quest of the Ringbearer pack.
Okay.
Do you think they could do Gollum in plastic? Because the Gollum, they're all a bit bigger. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Joe, as much as I love the Fellowship in the new book, my mind often drifts to thoughts of new high elf warriors in cool action poses and Forge Well Gil-galad foot unmounted. But we must be patient, precious. Yeah, that'd be cool. It does. It's like Gondor for me. That does nothing for me personally, but obviously I get that. People who like high elves have been waiting an awfully long time, definitely. With Seymour, Boromir has a naff gift. He does have a naff gift.
He didn't need a gift though. He's got 6 might and he's got the Horn of Gondor.
What can a belt do? +1 movement. Keep his trousers up. Marvo. Oh God, Max says Sunday was a great day for all, and then he just lies basically about the results of football. Joe Holzman, glad you already knew he was going to betray the fellowship. No point wasting a good gift on it. She could have told him though, couldn't she?
Yeah,
she
yeah.
could have told him. He could have tipped off.
I also like the full of knowledge and they're really good and wholesome, but they're gits, aren't they?
When she looks at him and he cracks instantly. She just said, was it when she says, "What's the line?" She goes, "But sometimes the fellowship will be affected by traitors." And looks at him and he goes, "Oh." At that point, you go, Aragorn is going, "Did you see what Boromir did when she said like
she knows what
she knows what he cried." I think that one.
Let's keep an eye on him.
Yeah, don't let him at any point wander off with Frodo alone. 10 minutes later,
he was going on about it at the meeting. It is a gift. It is a gift.
How could we have possibly seen this coming? He said, "Let us use it against it." And then he really, really got on board with going on the journey with you, didn't he? Larry, I got the feeling those gifts were just whatever they had lying around. She went to a petrol station in Lothlorien and picked up a few bits. Liam, what points would you say that Moria Leiden would be effective? 650 plus? Oh, don't know. You need a Balrog. You need a drum. What's the Balrog these days? About, what is it, 250, 300?
250, I want to say.
Drums 75, I think. So 325. That's all you really need. You then just fill it out with goblins, I think.
Yeah, and goblins are 10 a penny.
So once you then you find that sweet spot, so about 500 gets you somewhere in the region of 40 goblins, so maybe 600 with about 60 goblins. That might be nice. Chuck in some prowlers. You need a few heroes to lead them. But
that many models with a Balrog.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I get it.
Insane.
You can't, when you get Smaug, you get Sauron, you can normally trap them, but you can't trap the Balrog. Yeah, I reckon somewhere around there. When you get a repellent number of goblins as well as the Balrog and the drum, that's the sweet spot. If they were to release Mounted Ring Wraiths, would they ever release a box of 3 like the Hunters, so you had option? Yeah, well, that's what me and Steve were talking about months ago. We were saying that could they do a plastic Ring Wraith, like one, you just buy a Ring Wraith and it'd have loads and loads of options. But it does require an awful lot of wasted parts to have enough flexibility.
Yeah.
I quite like what they did with the metal ones. You know, they just have 3 arms and there's decent choices for where the arms sit.
Yeah.
Glyn says, do you feed her every turn or once a game?
Oh, Sheila, as often as you want.
What is that, Emma?
As often as you want, I read it.
Yeah, it's every turn. So it's every turn when she's not engaged in a fight. So you basically, if you want her to charge, you probably need to win priority. But she in her move phase, she can do it. So yeah, you have to gobble up an orc every time you want it, which I think is awesome. Harry Bates says, I'll be watching your Curious Ungor Legendary Legion video straight after this stream. That's a good life choice.
Good stuff.
Andrew Pennington, bedtime, work in the morning, and alarm call at 4:15. Great stream again.
4:15. Take care, man.
And thanks for all you're doing for us as well. We do really appreciate it. And I will wax lyrical about it when we start doing those videos. Frederick, what do you people think of the new position of the Middle Earth team? Oh, that's a huge question. Dare I suggest we save that for next week?
Yeah.
It will still be topical, and we're against the clock tonight, do you think?
Yeah, that's fine. Sounds good to me. Because we could talk about that for an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. And we might, who knows, we might know more. Maybe some people will have applied for it by next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know, there is a job advert for a Middle Earth and Blood Bowl rules development. So the job's up now, so apply it. Harry says Steve should do it. Imagine the interview. What's your favourite profile? Well, I've always liked the Uruk guy. Joke aside, I'd be far, far more comfortable with someone like Steve doing it than a super competitive top table gamer personally. I don't think you need to be super good at the game to do that job. I don't think that's a necessary skill. It's a useful skill.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's why Jay's good at the job. I think it's passion for the
game.
It's good for the game.
The overall good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it'd be a great job. Unfortunately, I have a job.
And says I might apply. If I get a few more GW rejection letters, I can make myself some kind of papercraft scale model of them. Do it, Dan. And then they're saying the Balrog is 350.
350. Oh, there you go.
425 with the drum then. And then you must need a couple of, if you're going for about 60 goblins, you're going to need 3 heroes if you just go for captains. You don't really need a shaman with a Balrog, do you? So that's going to be 500 and then 60. So it's probably about 800 actually. It's probably up to about 800 to be able to do it, to get 60. Joe Achilles, someone should do a skit with Galadriel giving crappy gifts to the Fellowship, a pair of socks, oven mitts, maybe an ugly scarf, and then show the Fellowship being disappointed as they accept them. Well, that's what Sam is, isn't it? He gets his rope and he goes, "You run out of those nice shiny daggers." Max, how many points is the Balrog? Apparently it's 350. And is the job application on GW site? Yes, it is. Yeah, it's all over the GBHL page, and we're up to date.
Whoop whoop. Fantasy Fellowship.
Skip to the end. Lovely guide of Weathertop. Less exciting.
Yeah.
Really good though. Look how pretty Weathertop is.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm lucky to have that. If I didn't have that, I'd probably buy that tonight.
Such good marketing.
Yeah, it worked on me.
It did. I mean, it
really
was
did.
The fact that you bought it made it worthwhile putting in the book.
I mean, to be fair, it is. I mean, that is, it's in there. It's a kit they sell. It's like they've done it for the Rohan House. They've done it for the Hobbit Hole. I don't think it's cynical in that respect, but equally, it's that perfect reminder of, did you really enjoy this book? Did you love that scenario? You can buy this. And yeah, it worked on me completely. I have no qualms about that. I've been tempted to pull the trigger before, and I saw that, and I was suddenly like, genuinely, I believe seeing someone paint it and a step-by-step made me think, I could probably do that.
Yeah.
As opposed to it being this kind of fairly intangible thing on the Forge World website, And I believe it's Rob's. So there's also part of me that thinks that's a human doing it as opposed to like a heavy metal painter doing it or something. And yeah, I genuinely think it's cool. And if you can, if you can afford it and you can get it, I think it's a cool little piece, and I'm looking forward to getting mine done. As and when, cool.
It's a great piece. You won't be disappointed if you do take the plunge, or you're able to take the plunge. You definitely won't be disappointed.
I recorded my review, my Fantasy Fellowship review. I think over a week ago. I think I did it last Thursday. And I haven't really watched it back. You watch back the edits. You don't watch back the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I can't exactly. I'm pretty sure I just gushed and gushed and gushed about Fantasy Fellowship. I haven't heard you talk about it. So on the off chance that someone's watched, I'll probably do a bit anyway. But on the off chance someone's watched my video today, Steve, Fantasy Fellowship.
So, yeah, Fantasy Fellowship is something. Correct me if I'm wrong. Fantasy Fellowship was first approached in Battle Games in Middle Earth, or was it White Dwarf? Sorry.
It was in both. I don't know which one was first.
No. And people got on board with it then, and there was even certain events over the years that I've been to where people have made their own fellowships. Seven Stones being one of those bad boys. So it was always a fun idea. The fact now that it is an official campaign in this supplement is great. It gives you all the rules, stipulations that you need to pick your fellowship. Obviously, you need a Ringbearer, companion, and then you basically swap out all the other members of the fellowship for members of your choice with certain limitations. And you play through the campaign, and it's kind of like an enhanced Battle Companies campaign. I get that vibe from it. Until I actually play it myself.
Yeah, I think that's a nice analogy.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but that's what it feels like just reading through it. The fact that each mission in the campaign follows on from the other, so your usage of the utilities that you have within your fellowship is very important for each one. So it's not, you can't just go, I'm going to use might, I'm going to use might, I'm going to use might, because then in the next scenario you're going to be goosed. But then you do have refresh points.
That's in the normal campaign as well.
Yeah.
That's in the Fellowship's Ring campaign. Because that, again, we've talked about our Fellowship campaign on GBHL before. But that, I really remember me and Tom playing the Mines of Moria, and Tom basically flew in like a drunk for one scenario or something. And he was playing as the Fellowship.
Yeah.
And he calls a heroic combat with like it's either Frodo or Sam.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't do that. And he was like, why? It doesn't matter if it is. Like, think of the campaign.
Mm.
It was like, think of the might. Sod the campaign. Don't sod the campaign. And suddenly, you can't. There's an extra tactical thing where you can't make those really reckless tactical decisions on the off chance you kill someone, because you might never get that might point back.
Yeah. It's just cool. They've added loads of little special rules. So when you're flicking through, you'll see the surviving the journey chart, where you're rolling for characters who didn't make it to the end of a certain mission. Obviously, you don't want to roll a 1 because then that hero is dead. And then you've got the recovering strength, etc. Rest points. And then we've got a ton of the scenarios, which I'm sure you'll see being visited numerous occasions on this very channel with custom terrain.
We've planned. What's the message I said to Tom? Depending on how we count it, I'll have it in my messages because it was today. We finished doing like the full total yesterday of everything we want to do.
Yeah.
And it's between 31 and 48 scenarios, depending on how. It basically depends what you do for like Helm's Deep, whether you play the 9 scenarios or you play one Helm's Deep game.
Yeah.
It's optimistically 3 years. Optimistically, possibly 4 years. That's optimistic.
Yeah.
If you do a lot of it,
it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And guys, a lot of it is going to be down to the viewers. If Damien's getting a lot of feedback from it, it's going to spur him on to do more.
Yeah. There are, what are there, 10 pages on it, 12 pages on it, goes up to 121 from 106, so about 15 pages. I don't think there's ever been 15 pages in any Middle-earth book that has so utterly inspired me hobby-wise. Those pages, and it's the book in general, but those pages have completely reignited my love of YouTubing and the idea of recording back row.
Yeah.
They've made me build terrain, potentially for the first time ever. They've made me embark on a fairly demented project to film videos for the next 4 years, and models as well. I can't.
It's doable, mate. It's doable.
Yeah, it is doable. That bit's true. But I can't get over how excited I am for that. I do think it was David and Steve doing it at Seven Stones that really, they used the White Dwarf rules.
Yeah.
I was just like, the way they got the community to vote for it, I was like, that's just so cool.
Yeah.
And as soon as they announced it was going to be in there, I think I knew about 4 of my guys. And then, like you were saying with the Legions, I had just the best few nights. I think it was the Friday night, I think I said, when I got this, before the stream, before the day before it came out. And I just got all the army books out in front of me.
Yeah.
And was just like, look at, you're trying to find that magic points value thing.
Yeah.
And you realise, of course, it doesn't matter if it's not 750. Like, what are you doing this for? You're not taking it to a tournament. Yeah. If you find that you've got the perfect thematic setup and it's 770 points, just use that.
Yeah.
Like, who on earth is going to ever object to that? If you're
the internet, mate. The internet.
Yeah, exactly. There's such weird questions out there, like about horses and stuff. Do they mount up? It's like, of course they mount up. Who cares if it says it? Who cares? Like, of course they mount up. What about you? You've written 2, haven't you?
I've got 2. Yeah, I can't give them away though, because if Mr. Finnegan watches this back, he's the kind of guy who will tailor against my fellowship. That's what he's all about. That's what he's all about.
You're doing a head-to-head, right?
Yeah. So basically, I've got. You'll know soon. You'll know soon because we're going to be doing a video on it. But I've got the 2 that I've got. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with. One of them's like a silly one, and one is one that I've put a little bit of thought in. I'm not as in depth as you. You know this. I'll just go with what I think looks cool at the time. So I've got one that is my fantasy fellowship, and I've got one that I just think is just really silly and really. It's probably naff, to be honest. But
what's silly though? Why is it silly?
It's just not what you'd expect to see in a fellowship, at all. I'm going to use that against Jays because Jays will be really beardy.
Well, and then you win the moral victory. It's like, you brought Did you bring like all the Elven
If
Lords? Oh, that's
anyone who's
interesting.
in the chat now, because I don't think Jay will watch this video all the way through, but Jay's won't be too dissimilar to that one. I guarantee it.
Oh, is that the kind of Jay Clare's one?
Yeah.
So you've got the elf twins in that, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then, Halbrand.
He
Aragorn,
he will like max me in everything. He'll max as everything. Yeah, I know he will. He can't help himself. Oh.
My favourites in there are either. This doesn't give anything away for me, but I'm just saying my favourites are David Morley's.
I was going to say Dave Morley's, yeah.
Thorin's company one, basically, or Rob Alderman's, which is a kind of almost best of the Hobbit.
Yeah, I do like the Hobbit ones, and I'm thinking, do I like the Hobbit ones because all the focus has been on the Lord of the Rings stuff for so long?
Well, they're different as well, aren't they?
Mm.
The point, I think, having the Hobbit ones means that you generally have a completely different suite of characters.
I think they're a little bit more powerful as well, aren't they? You don't think having that many of the 13 in the Fellowship? They're good.
What are the dwarves?
Yeah, they're good characters, aren't they?
You also got people like the Master and Alfred and stuff.
Mm.
The points thing really works because it does force you to have subpar heroes essentially.
Yeah.
Which I think is great. But I've done mine in terms of like I will put my hand on my heart from now until my dying day, and people might not believe me and say nothing about what I chose has anything to do with gaming the system.
Mm.
But then when you look at it, when I look at my 9 on paper, I'm like, that's pretty good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that wasn't the reason for it.
Mm.
And
Lewis's is pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of them.
It's decent, it's powerful.
But I've got my year now. I have the year that my quest takes place.
Yeah.
And I've worked out that everyone in my fellowship would be at an appropriate age and would still be alive if any of them die.
Yeah.
And that it all fits. And that's what I went, and I've gone through timelines and stuff to make sure. And also I've gone the Back to the Future stuff so that very careful here, if any of my characters are related to other characters, I've made sure that all those, if they have children, for example, that those children would be born so that if that character dies, it won't change anything else. That's the level of.
You thought about this. You thought about this, boy.
Yeah. So I want it to be. I want it to be in a period of it like a real. If we're going to go on a stupid journey and follow it through, I want it to seem plausible.
Yeah. Interesting.
So excited. And I've said on here, but it's young Bilbo and Balin as his companion.
Yeah.
And
I think Lewis went with that, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, there's a few. I think Balin's a good companion.
Balin's good. I like Balin.
It fits.
Yeah, Balin's really good. Rob's looks like it's that, and Lewis's, yeah. Yeah. It's a good choice, man.
But I think I just think it's awesome, and the other thing I've started thinking about is I'd quite like to do something for your little fellows. So I'm not suggesting this for you. Everyone's going to have a few big heroes, right? Not for those guys, but for the little ones, the people who represent Merry, Pippin, and Sam, and maybe even your Ringbearer. I'm quite tempted to do something like battle companies to have some way for those 4 to actually improve. Yeah. I don't think if you've got your Aragorn or your Gil-galad, you don't need them to improve.
Yeah.
They're at the peak. But I do quite like the idea. Your 4 little ones, kind of like happens to Merry and Pippin, just not turn into monsters, but just become that little bit better as the quest. Kind of cheer them on and have some sense of development. Yeah. I think that could be really fun. And again, who cares? Imagine watching that as a YouTube campaign. Who the hell is going to object to that? Yeah. And that's kind of what I keep coming down to. Like, let's try and tell the best possible story.
It'd be cool. I'm looking forward to those. I like watching battle reports.
I can promise you will see at least one. And maybe 48.
I hear someone's been prepping pretty hard for the next one. Say, watch this space.
There's going to be a bloody lockdown and it'll all go down the table. Shall we see what the nerds think about fantasy fellowships?
Yeah, we were up to the skit. The job application for GW. Reese says, "You seen the 2 trilogies are coming out for Christmas in 4K. They're actually out, my friends. You can buy them now. They're on Zavvi, but I think the one that's coming out for Christmas is the special edition boxed edition, should I say, with all the fancy stuff in it, which I'm probably gonna invest in, probably. Harry says, "Don't tempt me, Frodo. It's too expensive." Have you got a reference for that, Reese? I heard rumours all year. If you go on Zavvi now, you can buy them, but they're just the two trilogies. Rich says, Damien, did you ever see Zaturti's Weathertop? About 40 quid, hard foam Weathertop, small scale, and would require some additional DIY, but looks alright. I did see it. Did you see that one? Zaturti's?
Yeah, I did, but Emma hasn't. So shut up.
It was alright. I remember once almost buying it. And then I decided to make one. I started blogging it on the One Ring forums, and then just gave
Simpler
up.
times.
Simpler times. Larry says, still working mine out, but Barl is definitely in there as a hobbit, and Bill as one of the three hunters. It's going to be cool. I've seen a lot of threads have started up already on some of the Lord of the Rings groups.
East Anglia group who did the blog. They did a blog about. There's a blog post. My only thing on it is I want to see stuff happen.
Yeah.
Like everyone writes the Fellowship, which is great, but
I want to see what.
I'd like to follow it. I'd like to watch a
does.
campaign or read a campaign or something. Yeah, and see how they get on.
Yeah.
Which is tough for everyone now because COVID.
KS says, I was expecting some additional rules for Saruman and Greenwood to try to sabotage the whole quest. Dan says to Harry, released November 30th, December 1st, depending where you look. 105 quid RRP. Zavvi have them for 75 each. Harry says, what is Zavvi, precious? Just Google it. Just Google it, mate. Dan Collister says, online retailer. Yeah, just put them into Google. Don't know if you know UK or not, but they're UK based. Larry says, the end of all things before or after episode 100.
I'm gonna say after, because I think if we get to the end of all things, even the short version is 3 years.
Yeah.
And I feel like we will do episode 100.
Yeah.
Can I say something slightly depressing?
Go on.
That I've changed my mind about it, and this isn't through discussion with Thomas at all. I think we'll do episode 100, and that'll be the last one we do. Yeah. I've completely changed my view on it over the last. I don't think it will come back because I just don't think we're likely to get back to the point where we're seeing each other every week.
Yeah.
But we will do 100.
You need that last hurrah though.
Yeah, the closure.
Yeah, you need that, man. You need that.
But,
sorry, go on.
No, that's
it. Colin Higgins, for your fantasy campaign, will you replace the army of the dead in the Pelennor with the appropriate allies for whomever replaces Aragorn?
Almost certainly not, because I've got a massive army of the dead army and not a lot of other massive armies. Haven't thought about it. Wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah.
Would have to think about how that would work.
But
I quite like redoing it as close to the book as possible, or films as possible, but with different heroes.
Yeah.
It's a good point though. It'd be interesting once you get out of Fellowship of the Ring to see how you could change those stories, I think.
Yeah.
Robert Cron is watching, by the way.
Hello, Rob.
Watching. Hey, Rob. Hope you're doing well, sir. He says Quest of the Ringbearer is the best Lord of the Rings book by far. Except that Mike's Legion. Maybe I think an American phone's Rangers might autocorrect to Mike's for some reason. That he hates on a molecular. Oh no, he says Moria. It's Moria.
Oh, Moria.
So yes, Rob is in. Hello, sir.
How are you doing? Glenn's asking what are our fantasy fellowships. I can't tell you, but you will find out.
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay strong.
If you quickly get yours in the chat, we'll read them out.
You'll find out the first 4 within episode 2.
When's episode 2 coming?
This year. The plan is to do like 1 a month. That's the plan.
That'd be cool.
So, no, probably December.
Okay.
And you'll obviously meet the Aragorn character fairly early. and then everyone else you meet at Rivendell.
Oh, excuse me. Oh God, I can't read now. Kay says, I'm really looking forward to see some Fantasy Fellowship campaigns on YouTube with all kinds of interesting fellowships and exploring all the butterfly effects. Larry says, I think he said it's going to be young Bilbo, Balin, Tariel, and Legolas.
Right, Larry, I don't know how you're getting onto my computer, but stop it.
Harry Bates says, nah, I'm in Australia, Dan. And Joe says, Fantasy Fellowship's my favourite thing about the book. Within about an hour of reading it, I had a fellowship written and a list made of everything I needed to paint and or buy for the campaign. That's exactly what we're talking about. Reese is laughing because I said Jay, we'll just copy Jay. It's true though. Harry says, I'm sure Walkabout Creek Tavern has it for sale. I'll just jump on my kangaroo and go have a look. I'm waiting for the bloody Mines of Moria to come back on the site. Sold out instantly, you know. It's sold surprisingly well, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good kit. It's a good kit.
It's one of those things though that was on like eBay for £3 for 100 years.
Yeah.
And then suddenly that box goes out. It's the same as the Radagast, the plastic Radagast, used for pennies.
Yeah.
Absolute pennies on eBay, and then as soon as that box goes, it's like, I need me the Radagast limited edition. It's limited edition again.
You could literally buy the Mines of Moria starter set for a £5.
20 quid or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Where are we? Sophie says, working on it as quickly as possible to Harry, honest. And Larry says, you see, I was wanting to be that serious about plausibility, but I also want an elf blade wielding force. I'll object to it if you want.
That's for strange Orcrist material. I do still have. This will be Larry will appreciate this. Maybe some other people. That is a Palantir classic. That is Legolas in Orcrist, which I honestly can't even remember the context, but that was something that came up on the Palantir as a piece of war gear. That's Legolas's head inside Orcrist that someone made for us back in the days of Palantir. I keep that by me all the
time. Harry says, painting question. While I have two of the best, I use Black Templar on my Nazgul, but it's just a tad too light. Null Oil or another layer?
I'm certainly not one of the best painters.
I've literally only just invested in Black Templar. I've not used it yet. So, but in my head, I'd whack some Null Oil on it, and then go over it again with Black Templar. Is it Black Templar? That's the new one, isn't it? It's the new one talking about. Yeah, Black Templar.
I think it's the contrast, isn't it? Black Templar.
Oh, is Black Templar the contrast? Oh, what's the off black?
Corvus Black.
Corvus Black. That's it. Right.
That's a very dark grey. Yeah.
Black Templar's great, but I only use it for like small things like buckles and gun casings on Space Marines and stuff like that.
My tip, which comes from Kev Spector, who doesn't seem to be as active on anything anymore. I think he's gone
he did something
off the social media.
He's come back this week, hasn't
he? He's gone off Facebook essentially, so he's posting through Dave. Amazing painter. He writes the painting guides for SPG. In issue 10, he's done one for the Witch King. So it's about painting robes. So that will be available, as I said, in a few weeks. But he taught his tip to me 5 years ago, which was just amazing, was about highlighting black when I was doing black and grey. And he said, use this. And it's the new, it's Towlight Ochre, which is the new Vomit Brown. So he used Vomit Brown. Yeah. That makes it look yellower, but if I think I've still got my old Vomit Brown because I use it for highlighting black and nothing else. So you can see it's a bit darker. But you mix that in with black, and I was like, that's crazy, you're a lunatic. But then I was also like, but you're also an exceptionally good painter.
Yeah.
It goes green. It makes like a shade that looks green, and it highlights black brilliantly.
I remember him telling me something similar with the old snakebite leather.
Yeah, you mix a yellowy brown into black to highlight it.
Yeah.
And I remembered starting it on Bayonne because I was saying to him, I want a black bear, but I want it to be highlighted. And he was like, chuck that in it. And it works a dream. And his guide, and this is from a man who hates dry brushing. He's got a note in the guide saying, I know this is against everything I've written in every guide. He dry brushes the Nazgul's robes. And he uses black. He's got a Abaddon black, and he mixes that in and a bit more of it 4 times, I think it is. So a bit more, dry brush it, bit more, dry brush it, bit more, and then he chucks a really watered down Known oil over it. That's it.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. Looks absolutely amazing.
There you go. There you go.
So that was, I'd say that's my tip. It's not my tip. So, but I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do for my ring race.
Yeah. Cool. KS says, I like the battle company's idea. Tally up points spent and limit the experience they can get based on each role, i.e. companion, one of the hunters, etc. Chris Murphy rolls up at this time saying, evening ladies and gentlemen. And Rich Clanner says, just got in. Where have you all been? The only chocolate I have is the Ben & Jerry's tub I just finished. What's your favourite Ben & Jerry's, Damien?
I don't really have one, honestly.
Do you want a tip?
Yes.
Yes. Buy Baked Alaska. You will never ever regret it.
Don't eat a lot of ice cream.
Oh, Ben & Jerry's Baked Alaska. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I used to, like, a lot younger, I used to eat, I'd have fish food and cookie dough, the classics. But no, I don't eat a lot of ice cream.
Yeah. I do like a strawberry cheesecake Haagen-Dazs. I'm partial to that. With the biscuit chunks in. Very nice. Maybe we should save ice cream for another stream.
Another cream.
Wee. Larry says, already got plans for Orcus wielding Bill and Defenders of Helm's Deep Bill. Never heard of a Zavi before. Sounds like orc mischief to me. And Larry also says, Tom better sing Last Goodbye for that.
Yeah, he's obviously talking about Last Palanta.
Yeah. Carl's just joined us. Everyone's coming in late. Evening all, just about to race home after work to watch this properly. Let me get rid of this because where's my cursor gone? Oh, there it is. Too many screens. Where are we? I've lost where we are, my friend. Do you know where we are?
No, I'm trying to find the work in progress for it.
Oh, right. Larry says, I've also done a Steve and my painting has gone down as my vodka's gone down. That's the way to do these streams, my friend. Joe says, how are you going to model Bill onto Orcus though, Larry? Is it similar to the Orcus wielding Legolas conversion? There you go.
There you go.
Ties in, yeah. And Rich Connor says, I really want to get a full set of metal foot ring race before I started on the quest. I only have the 5 from Weathertop. Yeah, that's the reason why I don't think they'll do new race, because I think the metal foot race, and then they went fine casting. I think they're just great sculpts.
They're too good.
I don't know how they can better them.
Yeah, I agree. Particularly the ones on foot, when they're not only are they really good, but there is only so much you can do with that, I think.
Yeah. They've got all like the poses that you recognise. Rich says, just received the Forge World order confirmation email. Build a
For Weathertop?
Build a pony, not Weathertop, he says.
Disappointing.
Larry says, Joe, Orcus wielding Bill, not Orcus wielding... Orcus wielding Bill, not Orcus wielding Bill, obviously. What?
Do you want me to translate Larry for you?
Yeah, I'm confused. That's the same thing.
He's saying... I'm just trying to find his comment now. Joe, Orcus wielding Bill, not Orcus wielding Bill. No, don't know.
That's the same thing, right?
No. What he's saying is I don't know which way around it is, but he's going to have an Orcus wielding Bill, which is Bill wielding Orcus, and he's not going to have the sword Orcus
wielding
Bill.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Wielding Bill.
Now it makes
sense.
sense.
Wielding Bill.
Now it makes sense.
But knowing Larry, I honestly don't know which one of them he's going to have. He's going to have Bill with Orcus because of the from when he got to the Champions Arena.
Yeah. Joe says, I painted the greens on my own using that mix on the advice of one of Kev's painting guides. And Rich says, link to Ring Rave tutorial, Damien. It's in the coming SPG magazine.
It's not out yet.
Yeah, it's not out yet. Dan,
Super Secret Advance.
Dan says, yep, flesh or brown into black. I put Vallejo Japanese infantry into the blacks for my Dol Guldur Nazgul. Very cool. You can also use Incubi Darkness. Great colour for highlighting black. I love that colour. Love that colour.
I haven't got space for it.
Harry says, alright fellas, I'm off. Thanks for the chat. Catch you later, Cobber. Take it easy, Harry. It's good that you can join us again, mate. Larry says, I agree, they're good sculpts, but not keen on some of the faces. They don't really look like the actors.
For which sculpts?
I'm assuming he's saying the wraiths. And Reese says, I hope they bring back the mounted ring wraith. Would be a cool army. I think they will, mate. We've touched on this before. Yeah, I think they will.
They've got to.
Yeah. And we're caught.
I think main range.
Yeah, they'll come back.
I think pack of 3 main range. I don't know how they deal with the Witch King. Is my only tricky thing.
Yeah, they might do him. Just do him foot and mounted because in the Pelennor set you only got him on a ring wraith, on a wraith.
Is he not already available foot mounted though, or has he been bundled? No, he's been bundled in with one of 3, has he?
Oh, is he?
Is he? I think that one. I'm not sure, but is he not bundled in with like ring wraiths of the silly realms or whatever it is? Do you know what I mean? You know when they repackage them as a 3-pack.
Yeah.
They've got 3 packs of 3, so the Witch King must be in there.
Yeah, true. I'm going to let you finish up on the comments, and then I think we should wrap it up for.
Well, on Facebook?
I can't get it up because I reset all this up fresh.
So what I've been doing,
not done that.
I've gone through, and I know this is, we're obviously we'd normally love to go through, but I've gone through and made a list.
Okay.
Of everyone who was working on a Ringbearer in either stream. And what's really fun for the first time is seeing people coming back like a week apart and carrying on with their Ringbearer. So there has been loads of comments tonight. And I'm down to the last one, which is Richard Clammer, who is working on their Rangers, so he's not in. So yeah, there's some beautiful, beautiful work in there. Will Lavis's Bilbo, I'm going to give a special mention to.
Oh yeah,
it was a thing of beauty, and he got featured on Warhammer TV.
Yes, he did.
So well done, sir. But there's some gorgeous stuff going on there. On this, obviously less on this stream because we haven't been on for as long, but also on someone. Gazballer did a cheeky Bombadil. I think we said that he'd finished Bombadil, and we'd said do another highlight. So he said I've put another highlight on his beard, but you're in.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you want to fight the system, I think if you win, that'd be beautiful. Yeah, loads of Bilbos. Just gorgeous work from everyone. So yeah, thank you for that. And obviously, normally we would go through them, but we're in a bit of a, I won't say rush, but rush. So yeah, I've got a list here, and I believe I haven't actually tested out CCAM tonight. So let's see. This is probably going to be a little less than our usual high standards of professionalism. How's that looking?
Ooh,
not a million miles off. No, it's normally the mat I have here, isn't it? It's not normally. It's the dice tray normally on a mat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, you get the idea. Something like that. Is that all right? Let's see if we can bring our focus into here.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So I have my D20 and I have my list. So we have tonight, it's not a record breaking week. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people in today.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll roll. I'm just going to go, the order will be the list there on my phone. So, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's a 4. Here comes the phone.
It's a 4.
It is Jens Elmos. Is number 4.
There you go.
Jens Elmos. Congratulations, sir. Jens Elmos, who was, of course, painting up Frodo. He was painting up the Osgiliath Frodo.
Cool.
Very nice years too. Lovely model. So, Jens, you are our winner of our Battle Streams dice for this episode. Let's pop over here.
I feel, has Jens won something before?
I'll check the spreadsheet of Destiny. I did send out a lot of priority tokens, so battle streams. Is it priority?
Oh, pulling my earphones
I
on.
knew what this was called. No, you're testing me. Now you're testing me. Talk. Found it. Battle streams Middle Earth priority tokens. Next time that happens. Come on, you. Jens Elmo's. He hasn't won, as far as I can see. Nope. So I'm delighted.
First time winner.
That he has won. He has won.
Yeah.
No, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, he's not on there.
Good stuff.
Jens Elmo's, congratulations, sir. So Steve, I mean, well, you've been a hero. You've stuck around longer than you thought you'd be able to. So
yeah,
it's awesome. And when we combine this sort of 2 hours and 20 minutes with the, whatever it was, hour and a quarter, hopefully episode 21 has been enjoyable, even if it has arrived in a somewhat mad fashion. Steve?
Yes.
Quest the Ringbearer?
Yes.
Yes. I think we agree, don't we?
Yeah, thumbs up.
100 out of 10.
More like this, please.
This is glowing. This is good, isn't it?
Do you know what? When I watched the start of your video, the review,
Yep.
I almost commented in the start of this video, it really looks like it's glowing out of the book. Watch it back; it's really good. I think it must be the lighting you've got in your room, but that really shows up loads. It looks like it's actually glowing out of the book. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
Joe, I was just checking it. Joe reckons the race would be better in 2 packs because you'd only need 8, and then you buy the Witch King. But then what do you do with the third sculpt? Do you ditch the third sculpt from the range?
No.
So I think I was was it on the stream last week? I've been talking to someone about this recently. I think I would rather. I mean, I've got them all, but I would rather buy 9 and have 1 essentially wasted, but have all 3 sculpts.
Yeah.
Than have to buy 8 but only have 4 of 2 sculpts. I think.
Yeah.
Glinstein's you, Steve. I know you've got them. But...
What? What's that? Oh yeah, I've got them.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a bragging. I mean, what would you picture? You were a poor boy who didn't have them. What would you rather?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, just release them as 9.
Well, a set of 9. Yeah, I mean that's the other thing.
Yeah, just release them as 9.
There's 1 big box out with ring race. Yeah, it's not bad. It's idea. Joe says these guys just aren't bigging up Weathertop enough, in my opinion. Bye, Weathertop. Blow Rob's mind. Make Sophie sad. I just don't make Sophie sad. She's lovely. Larry says not something related. I'm here this week and the stream hasn't died. And Nick Evans says, I love these quick streams where I can leave an hour in, go to the gym, come back, and you're still going.
Yeah, it's this guy.
Yeah, well, you could have left if you wanted to. Can someone remind me who uploaded the Maggots Farm Battle? It was HTL, apparently, the German site. HTL stands for something in German, so I don't know. But yes, HTL. Nick Evans, an hour and a half streamer. Yeah, well, we love you guys too much. Rich says, watch both your latest vids today, which I presume is the review vid and the Kirathunga one, I'm guessing. Top quality content, lads. Love it, especially when I'm working from home. Keep it up. Thank you, Rich. That is an adorable way to end the stream. Unlike Frederick's comment, which is they only brought back 2 out of 3 Candice riders, which is true and a depressing way to end the stream. So we're going to end on Rich's.
Yes.
Thank you. We are glad you're loving the content. This gets 100 out of 10 for me. It's I super love it. I'm going to be talking about how much I love it for months and months because we're doing this campaign. I can't get enough of it. I think it's wonderful.
It's amazing.
Reinvigorated every single aspect of the hobby for me.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing. I think we're all kind of on the same page. We've not had anyone in the chat who has said, oh, it's not as good as I thought it'd be, or it could have been better. I think we're all the cool kids on the block.
Yeah. Battlestream's kids. Battlestream's did it.
But yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's a great release. But yeah, that's that's it. That's it for tonight. It was a nice little bonus stream. Hope it
Stream
makes
works.
up. Yeah, stream works, which is good. I hope it makes up for last week, and we'll be back to normal next week.
Nice to see you, Steve.
Yes, it's always a pleasure. Never a chore. Never. Shall we
Next week.
touch on next week? Hey, more Moria Goblins.
I mean, yeah, what's great. We're right in Fellowship. We can still talk about Crest of the Ringbearer. So it is the second of our 4. Remember, we had the Watcher week, the week before last. It's the second of our 4-week campaign in Moria, and this one is kind of before Balin's Tomb. So it's kind of exploring Moria and getting ambushed. It's a cool little issue, and the models that this one came with were 12 Moria Goblins. Your second 12 Moria Goblins in this. So we haven't discussed this, but I don't care, because this is what I'm making the call on this one. Steve's had a few crazy decisions recently. I'm stamping my foot down. Next week, Moria Goblins or bust. Plastic Moria Goblins.
No.
I've got mine. I've got a bag. I painted up.
I have hundreds of them.
There you go. I painted up 9 on the stream, on the first stream, and possibly that's why we're still doing this. It really changed. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Do these streams, paint up models you don't want. I've got 45 Moria Goblins. I'm pretty sure 20 of them have never been on the table. I'm going to paint 12 more.
Nice.
We've all got these.
Yeah, everyone's got them.
Everyone's got them.
We can't throw them away.
Plastic Moria Goblins, and genuinely, this is what we started this stream with, like 10 months ago now. Models like this that you don't need, just paint them, get them out of the backlog for the joy of it. Get them up. Took me 2 evenings to paint these. 12 models back painted.
Smash.
Get them done.
Old school warband.
Plastic Moria Goblins. That'll be our competition, and we'll explore Moria.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna get some of the many Moria Goblins I've got out. I'm not gonna promise that I'll paint them, but I'll try.
Yeah, I mean,
I will, because I'll try and set up the new paint station area.
I'm going to do what you did, what you were saying, and these ones I'm going to paint these, and then I'm going to get the 9 out that I did on the first stream. So that's 21. And I'll just chuck 3 of my old ones on, and I'm going to use those 21 when we get to our Moria scenarios. I'm going to make sure that I'm using, because I can just about tell from the basing which ones are which. I'm going to make sure that I'm using my Battle Streams of Middle Earth goblins, and that they get some table time.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
I'm really excited about painting them, genuinely.
They're quite easy to paint. Like, not easy, you know what I mean? You've painted them so many times in the past, or I have anyway. Like you kind of know it now. You know which way to go and where to do first.
If we weren't doing this, these I would never have these. I would have sold them for about £4.
Yeah.
And instead, I'm going to have 12 more models painted. Yeah. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. And be closer to that Moria Legendary Legion. There you go.
Yeah, I just need the Balrog. That's all I need.
I've got 2.
All I need.
I've got 2 Balrogs. Don't ask me why. 2 Balrogs.
That's just Stephen Crow.
Yeah. Well, I got a plastic one and a metal one. I showed you the metal one yesterday, did I? Got a plastic one. But anyway. Right. Shall we call it a night and
I think we
say our goodbyes?
This has been great. It's been fun, and it's great to see the streams working. And I'm excited. Yeah. Back onto normal streaming next week, next Friday.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for joining us. It's been a pleasure. It's been, like I said, it was a nice little bonus.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed it.
If you do enjoy what you see here and you fancy helping in any way you can, the details for our Patreon are down below. Come join us, sign up for whatever pledge level you fancy, and join us in our super awesome Facebook chat community, as well as getting some other treats.
Yeah.
No pressure. Battle Streams is free for all.
Yeah, it's great. The chat is great. It's fantastic. The people in there start talking. I can concur when my alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning. There is a fairly recent message in there, and then there is messages going on throughout the night when I go to bed. It's constant. It's great. It's great. Sometimes I just sit there about an hour reading all the messages throughout the day when I've been at work. It's great. Yeah, it's really good.
It's lovely people saying lovely things.
Yeah. Cool. But that's it. Thank you, people. We will see you next week. Keep an eye out for the announcement thing. What will probably be around the same time as usual, 8:30ish, something like that. And get your Moria Goblins ready. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. So anything you want to end on, Damien?
Nah, it's all good, mate. buy Quest the Ringbearer, and then buy Weather Top and tell him we sent you.
So buy many weather tops. That'd be cool. Right. Okay. Let's log off. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.